Are you guys got some dice ready?
Yes.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Yay.
And we're back.
Ooh, I got a 10.
What is this episode? Episode
11, maybe?
12, I think.
I got
11?
a 10.
Wait, no, because you said we were in the double digits.
Yeah, 11.
Wait,
I was right.
No, it's 12 because we did
that's
2
right.
sessions last time.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because we play hard, you know? We build.
Because we are lizard people.
Are you sitting on a nice soft couch and then also on a pillow?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wow. That
I
is
must treat-
high maintenance. to
Treat
be-
yourself.
All right. When we last left our heroes, we were wrapping up sort of midterms and homecoming.
Oh God, homecoming.
The silver ball.
Silver masquerade.
Silver mask. Yeah. What all happened? Testing was pretty good. Grades were good. Mom was so surprised, honestly, pleasantly surprised by the grades coming in.
No one else was happy with Mom.
Oh yeah. So the testing went pretty well. Palestine had a little, like, she went out and visited Joran out at the Aegis base.
She had a goof.
Right. Oh, that's so sad.
I know.
I forgot about that.
I had
Joran's-
nightmares about that.
Joran's secretly old.
Secretly old, except not so secretly.
Yeah, not anymore.
Well, you guys don't know about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you haven't told us.
Yeah.
I thought we were
Some time in the base to get you guys kind of back on track before the testing, which you rocked.
That was a mess.
And then,
The
what's
base
that?
time.
The base time?
The base time. That was a mess. Anyway, moving on.
Both of you guys testing being unpredictably annoying
Really badly.
Anyway.
by fighting in water, ankle deep water.
Ew.
And then you splashed me over the back with a bucket of water.
Oh, yeah.
You were just like, get yourself together!
I still thought I was going to die in that moment. I was like, be ready to run.
I just watched you.
And then there was the first there was the dinner
Oh my
at
God.
Ember's mom's.
She
I
does
consistently,
do
I will say this,
things.
I do more damage to characters in social interactions with adults than I ever do in a fight.
Oh my
Like,
God, yes.
I could drop a planet on you
Wait,
guys.
there's a difference?
Well, okay. Mechanically, no.
Going to Ember's house is always a battle.
And Ember goes there every day.
Boss mode, level 1000, Ember's mode.
So yeah, Ember's mom didn't endear herself to too many people. Palestina pretty much likes everybody. I'm pretty sure did not come out with that feeling too good about Ember's mom.
I don't think Emilio really.
Even Emilio was like,
You almost started out saying Diego.
I am officially making his middle name Diego. So if I'm wrong, I'm not wrong.
Okay.
Yes, you are. You're still
He's gonna have
wrong.
he's one of those like really like
Is he
epic.
Dora the Explorer's cousin?
Oh my God, epic.
No, he needs one of
It's
those.
Epic?
No, he needs one of those like really
That's
really
epic.
long like 5 or 6 names.
Yeah,
like Emilio,
like,
Diego, Biada, da 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 da
Like
da da.
Albus,
Reyes,
Wolfric,
you know.
Brian. I'm missing one. Dumbledore. Albus.
Fish buck.
No. Albus. Okay, never mind.
Oh my
Go
God.
on.
We're gonna figure out Emilio's full name, but Diego is going to be in there somewhere, just so that I'm not technically wrong when I say it wrong. all the
No,
time.
you're still wrong.
It's still wrong.
Anyway,
Anyway.
not even Emilio liked your mother very much, or rather, he really wants to educate her in very specific ways, having to do with.
You know, just.
Then you'll just have to tell her that you are a superhero.
Then you better hurry up. Because nobody's going back over to your house until she knows. We made a secret pact. We signed with blood.
It's not that
We're
secret.
like, guys.
It's not that secret if you tell her.
We signed with.
The fact that you guys all have apparently rehearsed the mime for signing in blood is
You haven't? Oh, what a weirdo.
worrisome for me. Okay. So there was the thing with mom, and then at the
dance.
dance, for you guys, what were the high points of the actual dance? You seriously,
The high
you're
points?
brushing stuff off. I don't let the dogs in the room, so you can't just leave stuff on the floor. Because
No, I'm not. I'm
Yeah,
really
they're
not.
high points,
I'm
honestly.
a
There's
great
disaster
anime
goblin
person,
over there with
and,
all the. There's some under your feet.
I thought you were just poking me for the sake. It's fine. Extra popcorn, okay? Moving on. The high points of the dance.
For you,
Princess.
like Amber.
For
For Amber first.
No, me last. I gotta think. There was not very many high points.
What?
I'll go first.
No, I want to hear that. Well, you got taken out. That was part of it. You didn't get to
Yeah.
do a lot because you got
Well, the
taken
first
out.
beginning was basically.
It's alright. We've all been there. Palestine was a chair. I was knocked out cold. You
I was
burned down
a chair on
Louise.
purpose.
Yeah, she was a cheer on purpose. Have you
Exactly.
actually ever been knocked out?
She hasn't been taken out yet.
No.
She hasn't taken a lot of conditions. Well, that's not true, but she
I've
hasn't.
taken powerful blows.
I
but
need to
always
stop
take
asking
other
for
things
conditions
or roll
because I
well.
think that's the issue here.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you get down to the.
Yeah,
can't
your
take too much.
constant need to damage yourself.
Because then it's take a
hot.
powerful blow. You can't take the 2 conditions, so then you just pass out.
Yeah. But you were taken out. I don't remember what was the take a powerful blow that you took.
She
That-
took it
the
from,
water.
Yeah, she took it from the
He-
from the rain and the fact that she like lost control, like all that.
Again, you know, just
No, no,
Again,
no, no.
Friday night.
You
No, it was from the water.
She fleed.
She fled.
Yeah.
She fled.
I had
No,
two.
Camila,
I had
we're changing
no.
to fleed.
I had 2 take powerful blows that session and 1 the night before.
Right, but what was it at the dance? Because you ended
At the dance, it was the water.
Yeah. It was
Yeah, because Amelia.
Oh, because you were starting to like
Dance, and then it made the.
you were starting to like
and
set
then
the.
and then she lit.
Oh, because I had to do
stuff
the.
on
I had to do
fire.
the. It was the free. It was a dance move, and then you started to like set the decorations on fire. So somebody turned on the.
It was
No, he
Emilio.
made it rain.
Emilio
over
made
her.
it rain.
Make
And he
it
was
rain.
like, okay, resist this real quick. I'm gonna make
Which
sure
I did
this
not
doesn't burn
do.
down."
I rolled a 3, I believe.
Right,
Yeah.
and then so you kind of like went outside, and he went with you, and that's where you guys were for the rest of that. So yeah,
Basically.
sorry about that.
It's
I
alright.
forgot
You guys
about
are fine.
about the whole setting the decorations on fire.
Oh, I know. What
I do
was
it a
the
lot.
house.
I got 2 things.
What was
My
it?
boyfriend got a superpower.
Oh, that's
We
right.
don't know if it's permanent or not. It probably
Well,
is.
Still,
Knowing
he's
that, it's-
excited
probably
about
is.
it.
He's excited.
So I'm
yeah.
excited for him.
Oh, that's
Mhm.
adorable.
Also, I'm the princess.
Yeah, with Emilio.
You were technically.
That was actually like
I
really perfect. That was so cute.
But-
We can
honestly, the high point.
again.
Well, is it the high point for me or high point for my character?
No, thing that you remember, you personally.
Me personally,
Not getting to do anything because I was taken out by the stupid water on my head. Ugh.
Emo.
You know, it's fair. I mean, it's no fun to like not be
I'm
able to do
so
anything.
emo, broski.
I mean, I understand in every game why there's a taken out thing that like
Yeah.
it's like, okay, this many bad things happen, so you're not doing anything for a while. But it always kind of stinks a little bit sometimes.
no. I think actually the best part for me personally was the like.
You could try to turn me into a frog later. That was so funny.
It was like when Nox was coming over and annoying Quinn and
Oh, because it was funny.
yeah.
Oh, it
'cause
was really funny.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
It was-
I can fly.
it was interesting. What about you? What was your thing you remember?
That beat down though.
wow.
Oh, getting to smack the crap out
Oh
of.
yes. Oh my god.
Bug boy.
You didn't even put your name on the slideshow.
Wait, you're beating him up for drugging everybody in the school, but what you're yelling at him about was not doing a good job on the team project for history
You
class?
sucked every single time.
He's bug boy.
I feel like you were working out through some issues that went further than just the punch.
I can't believe you drugged everyone.
Oh yeah, that part was bad too. Okay, so lots of stuff.
Yeah, that was fun. And then I saved Jackie Boy. You know.
You also must.
You saved Jackie Boy? From
So
what?
Jack Boy.
Yeah.
From what?
From the gas.
Well, more like told him to
I
go
was
away.
like,
Oh, yeah.
I
yeah.
yeeted him through a portal, man.
That he created.
I yeeted him with my dead eye. I gave him a look.
Yeah, basically, it was like he was like, okay.
Scary eyeball. I'm dead
I mean-
inside, but you wouldn't be able to tell. You know that thing, the eyes are the mirror to the soul?
Yes. No,
Yeah,
it's
at
okay.
a dance convention, my teachers
dead.
once had us like stare at our stare
That
at the
sounds
person
terrible.
in the eyes while we were dancing. It was so scary.
Oh my god, I remember when we learned how to square dance at Skyview. Oh my god, it was so embarrassing
That
because
sounds like
everyone
all
was like,
of-
"Oh my god, I can't wait to dance with Jackson and Fred and Noah.
Ew, whose name
They're
is
so
Fred?"
cute."
Sorry,
Everyone
just
at my
attacked
school
your
had the
name.
most basic names ever.
We love you, Fred.
Fred.
There was a guy there named Cameron.
Cameron who?
Cameron.
There was
All
a
right.
kid named Cameron who almost punched me in
He had a
5th grade.
red-headed afro. He did it on purpose.
Cameron's friend pantsed everyone. His name was Antonio. It was great. Just great.
Okay. All right.
Anyway.
We're gonna focus. It's been a couple weeks, and school is out, which
Yeah.
means our players haven't seen each other that much,
Which
except
means
for
it's hot as hell.
Except for
which means
Yesterday.
these guys are kind of still coming down.
Oh, yes.
Getting
Off
caught
the-
up with stuff. You guys need to chat more in between games,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so that you're all caught up with each other before. It's fine.
My dad just lectured us on being better friends.
What? So there's an interesting
Hang
thing.
out more!
Yeah. No. Right. Just then. No. Sorry.
Good.
So, Amber,
Yes.
we're going to call this episode Meet the Parents.
Oh, God.
Can we
Not your parents.
What?
No one wants to meet your parent.
I know, but
We already did.
The
we did
word,
like
no,
it.
the word parents is a trigger word for me now. Okay.
it wouldn't be plural if it was hers.
If you...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one of them's dead.
So
It
there.
Way
it
too
wouldn't
happy
be a
about
word
that.
for me.
That's fair. Say that again? No, what did Jamie just say?
What?
She said I seem too happy about it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's a half a word for her. It's a lost word for her. And it's not a
Not
word
your
for
parents.
me.
Not your parents. Unless you guys had... Do we have any like event requests?
Event requests.
Like, I want to make sure to have us to talk to this person or punch this other person.
Oh, I really
I
want to
think-
punch Chad.
We should
Just
go on
like, get
our
my
own
anger out.
dates, like individual dates, not a group date. That doesn't get interrupted.
You know that
I
if
mean,
it
I
doesn't
can
get
I
interrupted,
can-
we're probably gonna get
Okay,
like,
if it
embarrass
doesn't get
ourselves.
interrupted and we die after the date, I'm fine. I just want to go on a date that doesn't get interrupted.
I do
The
want
world
to
could be ending and I want my date!
There
Wow.
actually there is something I do want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I want to
Tell your mom you're a superhero.
no. Okay,
Yeah,
I don't
no,
want
that
them to
needs
know.
to
Can I
happen.
whisper it in your ear? I don't want them to know.
Just
I'll just
whisper
write
it.
a note. Let me
Text,
write
just
a note.
text me. Text me.
No,
write
because it's
a
on the
note.
group chat.
No, text
Oh,
me.
that's right.
You got a
Wait.
direct one.
No, just write the
No,
note.
put it
It's
in there,
faster.
then she'll
It's
see it.
faster.
But I don't
It's
need to
fine.
know it right now because I'm not
I
going to do
won't
it right
look
away.
at the page.
Well, I want to have a conversation with Knox. Sorry, what? Knox? No? What? The frick? Jack. My true feelings. No, I'm kidding.
Your true feelings about Knox.
God, no.
With Jack. This is a discussion with Jack about your true
Yeah,
feelings for
Jack, and then... No. I need to have a conversation with Jack, and then... with Vigil.
Just go on a date with him.
I would like to go on with have a
Maybe
conversation with
Vigil.
Jack
Wait,
and Vigil.
Gina,
I don't
why'd
know.
you take my pencil?
Oh, because you handed it to me.
Oh, I see.
I mean,
Just like a conversation with,
you want to try.
yeah, like foreshadowing, you know?
Okay, so we got some options here.
No, you're gonna look at the page.
Okay. Yeah, just Vigil and Jack. I would if it has to be one, not both, then I would prefer Vigil. But you know,
Well, let's start with Vigil then.
Okay.
And do we want to make it kind of like around the...
around the drug, yeah.
Okay, what's your fireside chat move? I gotta move. It's a thing. It's a stuff.
When you seek advice from your mentor, roll plus the label they embody. Ooh, that's superior. On a hit, they will tell you what to do. On a 10 plus, mark potential if you follow their advice, and take +1 ongoing to follow through. On a 7 and 9, you get +1 forward to see it through if you do it their way. On a miss, they don't have time for you because something big has gone down. Marking condition, GM's choice. They don't have time for you. That sounds familiar.
That's time for you. Jamie! I'm just saying.
That sounds familiar.
All right. So, and you're wanting to talk to her about Invictus.
Because I feel as though that'd be something that she knows about, whether voluntarily or not.
Yar.
Yeah.
Okay. So is this... How much time has passed since the dance? Have we had like weeks go by? A couple weeks go by? Or
2 days.
is this a...
No,
is it like...
2 days is really soon.
Like the next weekend? The next week? 10 days later? Go like this.
2 years. Kidding.
Been 2 years. You're seniors now. Everything's been
next
going
weekend
great.
Sounds like
Yeah, the next weekend.
Okay. So you snag vigil. Like coming home, this is like coming home from school on the Friday after the
Yeah.
next Friday. School's wrapped up for the week. You've kind of like got rolling into the second quarter of the year.
Yep.
It's clear what what the classes are going to be like, blah blah blah, and you're like, what was the thing at school that reminded you that reminded you of that conversation you wanted to have with Vigil? Like, what did you see that reminded you of the whole Invictus thing?
We had a conversation, basically a debate.
We who?
Let me finish. We as in the class had a debate during science about what circumstances and how large they would have to be to cause a power in someone, and that reminded me of the epigenetics, boyo. Don't just put your hand up. That was and I was like, oh yeah, I should probably talk to Vigil about that.
Are you in her science class?
No, I'm in the. No.
With Amelia. Ooh, cooties.
Really?
Yeah,
Cooties?
cooties.
Really?
Me and Billy spot
Lucy
cooties in
and
the tunnel.
Emilio sitting in the tree.
Oh my God.
Science.
You're very bad at this.
Oh my god, that's the easiest way to embarrass anyone in elementary school.
Well, yes.
Are you in elementary
But-
school?
Again, I feel like half of your life is like wondering what high school is going to be like, and half of your life is wishing you could go back to 4th grade.
Ew, 4th grade.
Not 4th grade.
Third.
Fifth?
Third.
Third?
My
Third
teacher
was awesome?
hilarious. He
Your
was
3rd grade
freaking
teacher had like
I
a...
don't.
My
You
teacher
know-
was fine in 3rd grade.
Your 3rd grade teacher was the one with the guitar that she'd covered in, like she'd bedazzled her guitar.
No, that was Miss Pertelka in 2nd grade.
Oh, she was 2nd
She
grade?
was the redhead
third
that
grade
poured
is
glitter
when
in. She
I
put
first
glitter
met
in people's
all my
hair on
friends.
Fridays. She literally had a giant jar of glitter,
My 3rd
and she
grade
would go,
teacher sprayed water at people.
have some good feelings for today, and then she'd let you hit a button on the way in.
Cool. Alright,
It's great.
so...
Miss Pertelka was the best. We had rats in our room.
So you
Sure.
guys were arguing about it in science class. Who's in science with you? We've established Ember is not.
I know you are.
Okay.
So what were you arguing
Me?
about?
Jack.
Epigenetic stuff
Me and
What?
Jack.
how large of an event would cause
The body's reaction would cause the powers to
turn
kick
on the
off.
power. Wait, I thought I was in science with Jack.
You are in science. You,
Oh,
Me
no.
and Jack.
Palestine, and Jack are in it.
Science and Jack.
Oh, I thought you were just saying for you. I was like, that's a weird pairing. Is there something I don't know about policy? How many guys do you need?
There's only one.
The wound's still fresh.
He still
Too
likes you.
soon.
You're adorable. You're young. It's
That's creepy.
That
That's
is
family.
literally like
no. It's like
that is borderline
no,
like
no, not like that, but like more like a pat on the head kind of dismissive thing. It's not creepy. It's insulting.
it's cute like a baby.
Yeah. I'm ruining Palsy.
She was
All right.
so sad.
So over. All right. So okay, you come back in. You come back in. Vigil's around. Slacker. How's school? Passing all things.
Currently,
Quarter's young.
do you have time to talk about something actually important?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Right now.
Yes. Right now.
Cool.
Okay.
She assumes a scholarly pose in your chair, like she's like, proceed. Yes. Anyway, so what?
So there was a thing at homecoming. There's these weird bug dudes. They're not really important.
No, I saw the briefing and everything like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of them, but yeah.
What do you know about the drug at
Invictus?
Yes.
Well, the being able to deliver it through liquid is a new one.
Yeah, there are people looking for me.
That was new. It's
Remember the people who came in? They were looking
we try to keep an eye on it pretty hard, or a lot of people try to keep an eye on it pretty hard because randomly generating superpowers is not always a great thing. Not usually even ever a great thing. So that's kind of a problem. Nobody really knows where it comes from, although it seems to be biological in origin. Like, it's not a... Nobody's cooking this up with just nothing but, like, just a straight chemistry set. This is like an extracted, refined biological product, like, I don't know, ground up rhinoceros horns or something like that.
How often does like the power stick? Cause, you know, I have a boyfriend of a friend.
It's complicated, okay.
That he had some, and it looked like the powers were sticking after like when people started having theirs fail, like his was still there. Like, do you think that would last, or is that like?
I mean, it could. It's not super common on the first time, but I mean, superpowers aren't that predictable. That's sort of their thing, right? Which one? Which kid's this?
Colin.
I'm assuming that you know his last name, that you actually give it to her. Although I don't know exactly what that is.
He's saying he doesn't know, like, as a
We don't know
person-
right now,
Oh,
like
yeah.
what his last name is, but I'm assuming
yes,
you give
but
it to her.
assuming
As a
last
character.
name. We really need to figure out his last name. Got
Chambers.
Jack Monday over here. Freaking Emilio, what's his name?
Emilio
Reyes.
Diego Santiago Reyes. I need to get him on
Vende
this.
Frappuccino.
Ariana Grande.
Emilio
think-
Diego
okay,
Vende
so,
Frappuccino.
I want this established. One of Diego's bits is that when he rattles off his full name, he will put in
It's just
random words sometimes and see if anybody notices. People who know him
This is
know to
so
listen
cool.
for the word just
It's
so they
a
can.
last name generator. You put in the first name, and the birth year, and then personality. Okay,
That
continue.
sounds so stupid.
But
Who would ever need that?
GMs,
I know,
are you
really.
kidding me? Every GM in the world.
Okay.
I need an NPC quick. Bang, bang, bang. His name is George. I have George. Plunk in the last, it gets your last name, gets your personality. Great. And now I know what to play.
George Diego.
George
George
Hernandez.
Frappuccino.
George Frappuccino.
I'm really
George Frappuccino.
I'm really craving Frappuccino right now. I don't know
We'll
if
go
you
get
can
coffee
tell.
later. All right. So, Yeah, his parents are like, they're not super geniuses or anything like that, but they're like tech nerds.
Tech nerds on the super level.
Well, no, but they consult for Aegis at least, and maybe Oversight, I think. They're like super analysts, but not capital S super, just super. And you think his thing stuck? I mean, I could check.
I mean, it seems like it from what I've seen so far.
Have you seen him do anything this week?
Have I?
You tell me.
That's your decision.
No, not today. Has Colin been showing any sign that he continued to have the powers later?
Yeah. Gonna say yeah.
Okay. Palestine's down with that. Ring, ring. Doorbell.
I think it's
Pizza.
cool. He's a
All right, we're gonna pause. We're gonna pause.
Pizza. Oh, great. Now I get the 9.
She got a 4.
I got a 4.
What do you roll? When do you add to it?
1.
Because you're adding superior.
Somebody decided to take down my superior. It
Everybody
wouldn't have
just,
helped.
everybody decides to take down your superior.
I did that?
No,
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you did.
It wasn't me.
When?
I don't think so.
Yeah, during stuff.
No,
No,
wasn't it?
people moved up your mundane, but that did not mean they moved
No,
down
no,
your
no.
superior.
I think it was
My superior was at a +3 2 sessions
someone.
ago.
No, someone.
Welcome to Mask.
No, that was because you kept asking us to raise your mundane or
I'm gonna
whatever.
touch your mundane. I'm gonna touch it.
I didn't do it. At the end of last session, I chose
Okay.
Ember as the one.
So,
that
Is that a 4 with the +1?
No, it's a 5 with a +1.
Really, you
Wow.
did?
Hey, mark
Yeah.
mark potential.
and you chose me.
I think I might have just leveled
I
it.
chose
You
myself.
yourself,
No,
she
because
chose
you dinged pretty quick. You dinged last time.
Oh, you're right, I did ding.
I have one
Ew,
more to
dinging.
go.
Dinging means I cannot ding again. What did I
What?
do last time for my ding?
You took the thing that raises your mundane by 2. You took the thing that raised your mundane by 2.
Oh, thank you.
Anyway. Okay, so read me the part where if you get a 6 or a 6 minus, what happens?
She doesn't have time for you.
Onimus, they don't have time for you because, I mean, I can just end it there for you because something big has gone down. Market condition. GM's choice. What are you going to invoke
What's that
on
do?
me?
The name
Does
starts with a B.
is frustrated a condition? No, probably not. Let me see.
Like the
Angriest.
drama or whatever.
Yeah.
He knocks on the door.
You should know these moves.
Bro.
You're a GM. You should be magically remembrance at this
Yeah,
point.
we forgot to recap that when he was like
Oh yeah.
blocked you
the-
from leaving your house.
I think angry's pretty good. I mean, if that's your go-to for being annoyed with her. So,
Blue Brahma comes in. I trust
well, I
you.
mean,
I'm not annoyed with her. I'm annoyed with what else is going on.
all right. There's a few. So obviously, there's a couple things you can check in with. You need to first of all verify. And right about then, her phone rings, buzzes, and she's like, "You need to." Hang on a second.
That was so perfect
The
for time.
little yeah. You should. Why would you? And she's just like she keeps trying to say what she's meant, what she's the next thought, but the more she reads whatever just popped up on her screen, like the more it keeps derailing her thought process. Did you? What did you tell Blue Brahma about Alias? What did you say you were gonna do? Because you told me you talked to him or he talked to you about what did he tell you?
He told me he was going to be my research buddy. Basically.
Okay. I've got to. Yeah, I'm sorry. I gotta go deal with this.
But
Idiocy.
what am I supposed to do about the thing?
You know, yeah, poke stuff with a stick and see if anything looks weird. I guess just you're a detective. Detect. We'll talk more later. We will talk more later. It's serious, and we should definitely talk about it. I can't talk about it right now. Is that okay? Can we talk about it later?
Sure.
Are you sure? Okay. We will. We will talk about it later. Don't spit soda everywhere. Let her swallow. What did you say?
I didn't say anything. Wait. At Blizzard prison. Go back to prison.
Wow.
Stop. Stop. Please
I think
stop.
you may have hurt her. So that was... Wow. All right. We will get back to you and Jack, but I want to get around to other folks. Ember. Ember.
Oh yes, that's me.
Ember. Stop.
It's alright, I'm used to it. Whenever my dad gets a soda, he takes it and he just neck.
Oh yeah. Cold soda against the neck. People don't appreciate how much time I spend not doing that.
Don't you forget.
You're not supposed
Don't.
to. Like you're supposed to point it at her, and then she points it at me. Because you know what? So
I like how the owl
point
bear
it to me
goes.
first. And so then I go like that. No wait, I messed it up.
Wait, no, do it.
I do. And then
You
for
guys
some
are
reason I go to
terrible.
you, and then you're like, no. And then you're like, okay then. Okay.
You drive out.
Ready? So I go to you. You go to
No,
her.
you go to her. No, go to her. Go to me.
No, I have to
No,
do
no,
this.
no.
Wait, please. Okay, so I go to you. You go to her. You go to me. And then I go to the bear.
No.
Wow.
I saw a video the other day and it was really funny because they were playing CSGO and this guy was pointing a gun in his head and the other guy was like, no, don't do it, and he points his gun and he was like, don't do it or I'll do it, and he goes, you drive a hard bargain.
No, I go to you. So then you, cat. You go to me and her.
Why is this important again?
Just do it. No, you could just go to me. Sorry,
I'm
you just go to
confused.
me.
I don't know about you guys.
And then because she's about to shoot me, you shoot her. Like, don't pretend this is yours. This is like, pretend it's hers. Right? So then you shoot me, and then because she's about to shoot me, you shoot her. And then we all triggered at the same, no, cat. No, back at me. No. All at the same time. 1, 2, 3.
I killed you before you shoot him. And then we all just, at the same time, it's like, GM's
And then they start, like,
And then I pointed at the penguin. All I have to do is threaten the penguin. Everybody backs down.
no, I won't back down. Try me. Square up. Do it.
Here we go.
Oh, it's Diego.
It's Emilio. Stop
You
it.
have no right to say that.
We're supposed to be in there. Oh, that's so cute.
There's something
Look
that
at them
I
hands, boy. Those hands make a right angle.
Look at his hand.
I mean, those are some great hands. Those are better than I could do.
Get the work done. All right. Emilio.
Except for the fact that I did make some pretty great hands on that mermaid.
think. What mermaid?
The mermaid I drew the other day. I did it entirely by myself and it looked amazing.
Emilio.
Just Amelia.
Brunch? Yes. Saturday brunch?
That sounds great.
That's my.
Sounds so fake. That
It's not
sounds
going to
fantastic.
be. It's not going to be like it was last weekend. I promise. Very, very casual.
No kissing.
Outside on a patio. It'll be.
Yeah, well, that was casual for my house.
Oh, I'm very sorry.
Thanks.
So, do you want me to pick you up, or you just want to come to the address, or?
Oh, you don't have to come back over here. I'll just go there.
Okay. All right. Don't be late, or they will disown you forever.
Okay.
I'm joking.
Wait, doesn't everybody get to come? He did say that, right?
Oh,
No.
He
No.
said for dinner. This is
Oh,
brunch.
sorry, this is.
And I
This
was
is-
gonna bring.
I won't
cookies.
impose. I apologize.
This is just a random thing where he's gonna.
meet the parents.
I mean, she has to meet the parents before an alien and a blind person.
Technically, with Emilio, it's
And make
just
everything
his father.
Yeah.
I just realized fire person going in a house of water sounds like a great recipe.
They're like, oh, do you want to get into pool?
So
So nice.
his place is like a condo sort of thing. It's like basically an apartment. Nice place though, and definitely the kind of place that you end up with sort of foreign dignitary, diplomat, important people from other countries.
Yeah.
We can't really lay claim to any of that because it's not us, but we, try to decorate. It will smell like home, even if it is not. It doesn't actually look like home.
That reminds me of a line from Wicked where it's like, oh my gosh, I'll send you to the castle. It's empty. My family's owned it for generations and we've never lived there. It's like, well then where do you live? The other castle.
And he says it like it's perfectly normal to have like several cat. Yeah.
The other castle. Where else?
Where else? What do you think? Are you stupid?
What do you think?
No,
we
he
live
just
in a
says
shed?
it. He just rattles it off like the other castle. Like he's got other stuff going on. Images.
I feel like that's something that Amelia would do. Just be like, we live in the other palace, obviously.
No, too young. I need a picture of Emilio's
I finally
dad.
got what you were saying. It just looked like you were doing a demonic chant.
It is a demonic
Yeah,
chant.
They have the things at the airport where it's like, is it construction or cover up? And then it gives you like these like signs of art, and it's like
Oh my
A, B,
gosh.
C.
I
It's
love
like,
those
are we
things.
building the secret Illuminati headquarters? Underground
There's this
tunnels for
big,
lizard people,
thing
or
going
like
on
something
that
else?
at DI with all the renovations and stuff that's
so
going on.
much
They're
money.
saying,
DI.
DIA.
yeah,
Oh.
DIA. I just didn't finish talking.
Excuse
I'm
me.
tired.
That's acceptable.
Yeah, at DIA with all the construction and renovation, there's always things that it's like
Really, Dad?
they're making
I'm so
the
grr.
new Illuminati headquarters.
Where Jay-Z
Honestly,
and Beyonce
it
live,
can't
obviously.
be A without B. I mean, really, you can't make the Illuminati headquarters without secret underground tunnels for lizard people.
I know. Like, where am I supposed to go?
You're not lizard people.
I am lizard person.
No, she's not lizard people. She's lizard person. She's one of many. Okay.
Oh my god, I can't find.
Oh my gosh.
No.
I hope this is what I look like when I grow up, because that's adorable. She's so pretty. That's what I wanna
Your
look
face
like.
structure does not look like that, and you will not be able to look like that because that is a different being.
Let me see.
Trust me, I
With
know.
a different, with a different gene structure.
She's so
and,
pretty.
Get away from me.
Are you discriminating against lizard people? Because I ain't for that. Ish.
Oh, there we go.
Hashtag human rights for lizard
5.
people. What is going on?
Snail. Darn it! I wanted to do a snail.
I feel like that's something you and Amelia would do, where you just go. You start holding hands like that.
Or just like.
Yeah, I've got to go with this guy. I'm. It's terrible, but I think I've got to go with this guy for Emilio's dad.
Just imagine him older then.
No.
He has a beard.
Here we go.
It's Emilio with a beard.
Damn lizard person.
No.
She's wearing green. That's the
And it looks scaly.
green.
I'm sorry. Would you like to find a thing on Procreate for lace? Because I couldn't find one. That's the best I could do.
Excuse me, but green
Literally,
is
that pattern on Procreate is called zombie skin.
green is the universal color for lizard people. And lizard person.
Okay. If you say so. People are going to be listening to this particular broadcast and go, "What the hell?"
I was watching a lot of Jenna Marbles this morning. Okay.
We're going to go over here somewhere. There it is. There you go.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. I've got a bunch of other pictures of this guy. If you
She could know it.
Gianluca Vacci, I think is his name, or this seems to be his name. Most of the rest of the pictures, the dude is shirtless. He's
Stop.
cut like a Greek god and absolutely covered in tattoos.
I just saw the
Sounds
picture.
And actually, none of this actually I have a problem with. For Emilio's dad, it all works for me.
Oh my god, he's giving 2 thumbs up.
And I'm giving 2 thumbs
Apparently
down.
he's like a-
What about it?
He's like a fitness guy, and I'm not going to share these pictures, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, it's impressive. So he is in shirt sleeves and cooking. When you
Shirt
get there,
sleeves?
you know, he just
Shirt sleeves.
like no jacket. He's not like
Shirt
this, but he's
sleeves.
Like,
no tie. This is a phrase to say somebody's in shirt sleeves. It basically is like he doesn't have a jacket on. He's not dressed particularly up or anything like that. This picture would give you the impression that he's dressed up. He is not dressed up. He's wearing like a button-down shirt, but it's not tucked in. The sleeves are rolled up to stay out of the way of the cooking.
He's
This
being
guy
a
is-
casual Greek god today.
Yeah, casual Greek.
I'm not going to wipe out the entire human race today. I'm just going to make them think that I'm going to. That kind of casual.
Sure.
On the other hand, I'm going to wipe out the entire human race today.
Sounds
So-
great.
Sounds
Not
great.
part of
Come
it.
in.
though. Oh.
Well, you know, that's
I'm so excited for this interaction. You're gonna be so awkward.
So-
It's gonna be great.
Emilio looks not exactly nervous, but he's definitely trying to like sort of keep his dad behaving.
Well, I failed at that. So honestly, if he fails, oh well. I don't care.
Oh, keeping parents behaving? Yeah. Can you put your plate over yonder so I don't knock it or something? Just put it on top of the other plate. Please?
It's out of your way. It's okay.
Sorry.
So much worse. All right. So food just kind of continues to come. He's cooking. You guys aren't really like going. I mean, there is a patio kind of a thing. But you guys just sort of visit and all this other kind of stuff. So Milo tells me you're in many classes together. Lucky for him, I can see you are a beautiful young girl. Dad,
This is just like,
you can't talk like that in this country. This section right here is Dominican. The kitchen is Dominican.
I'm getting smart.
And just being complimentary. It's it. And that you are You are in fuego, fire.
Mm-hmm.
How is that?
You know, it's fire.
I dated the firepower woman when I was I was in college.
The way that you phrased that was
Firepower girl?
I did firepower when I was a girl.
No, firepower girl. When I was in college? Maybe it was high school. It's hard to say. Very difficult,
Very
Dating
difficult.
water, fire is steamy. Dad. It's fine. It's fine. It's very interesting. It's challenging. You are taking on a great challenge dealing with my Milo. He is a handful. Never listens. Not very considerate. Dad. No, I am assuming he is being a wonderful gentleman at all times.
Yeah, he is.
How is school? I got him into this school because we came to this country to wait out everything that was happening at home. And I heard the very good things. How are you finding it?
Good.
How do your parents like it? Dad.
Parent.
I can ask him. I know how I did ask. Your
Just mom. Yeah.
Oh,
think she thinks
very.
it's good.
I'm very sorry. She
What's
likes
like
it okay.
having fire?
I think so.
Does she come to any of the school activities that my
No.
son tells me over and over again? There are no school activities for the parents to visit.
No, she doesn't. That was...
We're in the same boat then. What
Wait.
is your favorite?
Can I just
Yeah,
pause for a
let
second?
her.
So you gave the wrong answer earlier when he's like, "What's it like having fire powers?" It's lit.
God, seriously?
It's lit there.
You missed it. That's true. You missed it too.
That was a golden opportunity. I would have missed it too, though. Anyway, moving on.
What is your favorite? What are your favorite subjects? It's very difficult as a old boring person to have a discussion with somebody and not ask them what classes or what they're going to do for a living, and I'm trying not to do that, so I'm asking all these other questions. You can ask me something awkward and annoying later if you'd like. Now you start to see where Emilio gets it, right? What are your favorite subjects? What are your least favorite subjects? Complain! There we go. Now we have a topic.
Least
Gym.
favorite subject? Gym. Favorite subjects?
Are you not,
science.
do you not like to sweat?
My
My Milo does not like to sweat. Dad! No, he's very, it's the sweat stains. He's very concerned with his appearance. Dad!
I love this. I'm so excited to come. I'm so excited to come over. This is gonna be
But
so
Jim
good.
is not your favorite if not, it's not because of the sweat? What is it? Oh, that is one of the ones where you, and he rattles off a little, short phrase in, and then looks and kind of he squints at Emilio like he's trying to like the word is written in very small font on Emilio's face. Like if he just squints hard enough, he's gonna fighting. That is the one where you practice fighting like superheroes. Yes,
Sometimes, most
Sometimes?
of the time.
most of the time. And you do not. You are not the fighter.
You know.
That's not what Emilio has said. He said you are very, very good at that sort of thing.
I don't know.
That's, personal opinions.
No, he. Don't let her fool you, Father. She is very, very good at that that sort of thing. It is the instructor that she is not terribly fond of. It's very difficult to be fond of the instructor. A good instructor is an instructor that nobody likes.
They're so
And ever-
posh. Guys, that's my phone. Please give it back.
That's pretty funny.
They're so posh. It's amazing.
A good instructor is an instructor that nobody likes and everyone respects. Do you respect this man?
Not
Robot Dad.
Exactly.
Robot. Who is the instructor? And he says, Emilio says, his name is Sergeant Surge. He's a Sergeant. He's a villain. Why is he teaching it? And
Community service.
Yeah, community. He gets time off of his time served for Is he any good? I mean, not good. Obviously, he's not good. I mean, this is not someone who,
Be good.
I don't know.
handle puppy adoptions or anything like that. Is he good? Is he good as an instructor?
I don't know. He's the only gym instructor for.
Have you gotten
superpowers
better
I've
at
had.
at these things that he teaches you to do?
Maybe.
Wow, you're so indecisive.
Definitely not an enjoyable experience, though, based on. So you're not a fan.
Not really.
Not a fan. What about what did you say? I think I stepped on what you were going to say. Your favorite
Science.
science. Scientists. She could rule the world. Scientists eventually, when they, or at least if we ever listen to them.
It's real.
Yeah.
They're lizard people.
No! You were doing so
World
good!
is flat.
Jamie! You are pissing off so many people right now.
Not that many people watch this.
That's fair. That's fair.
You're
Although
pissing me
that's
off.
fair, although deeply hurtful to me.
Sorry.
Anyway, so
Spread the word.
Eyes to the skies, people. They're cloud people. Are you kidding me? You did the
You're
tinfoil
bringing the
thing
wrong
with me.
types of viewers.
so
to this.
anyway, the what were we watching? We're watching Good Omens,
Oh yes.
and
such a good show.
one of the people in the show gives this kid who has the power to basically make things be real.
Mm-hmm.
She's like a conspiracy.
Oh,
like
no.
the Tibetans have secret tunnels underneath all
She's
the
a
world
witch.
to secretly listen to people, and Atlantis is a thing, and ley lines are a thing. I was like, and she
And
gives
it's
him
spying on you.
a bunch of the sort of those fringe magazines that detail all of this stuff, and he reads them, and he like absolutely buys into this. And they're like, this is not true. He goes, it's in a magazine. You can make up stuff on the internet, but you're not gonna make up stuff for a magazine. So, and then he goes to sleep, and the next morning, somebody runs into Atlantis while they're like tooling across the Atlantic. Like this stuff starts to.
That would be so horrible. That would give the satisfaction of all the conspiracy.
Oh my
theories.
god! The most enjoyable thing about this show is not the show; it's in reading the 1-star reviews on Amazon for the show.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
It makes people. The show makes people so angry because it's making fun of like everybody's favorite sacred thing, whatever it happens to be. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So what are you studying in science? That is. What is your most favorite thing for the discussions in science?
I like biology, specifically genetics.
Genetics. That's very exciting, given the background that we all have. Obviously, trying to figure out the origins of, where our abilities come from, and how it is that I have this, and Emilio.
Yeah.
Milo has this, and you did you inherit your powers from
Not
from your
sure.
family?
Maybe.
You're not sure.
No.
Your mother not
No. No.
was your father in the life, as they say?
Supposedly.
And you do not know if you got your powers from him? Do you know his Nam the hero?
Nope.
Interesting. I did not want to pry. If I'm saying anything untoward, throw tortillas at me. The sharp one. The ones I have already baked are very sharp. They fly. They crispy. They crunchy. Maybe you could take an eye out. You should absolutely. Have you ever heard the theory of? Has your class done any studies? And Emilio's like, oh God, Dad, no. What is it? What is it in
Epigenetics.
epigenetics? Yes. Have they been studying that? Have you studied that? I find it a fascinating topic.
Well, I mean, I might have studied it a little bit before we actually started the unit. But yes.
Oh, so you read it. You read ahead. That shows a real interest, I think, at your age to independently study. So, what are your theories? Is it right, wrong, indifferent? And we're gonna go. I'm not gonna get into this.
Oh,
but,
come on! Thought I was getting this.
What are you really gonna? What are you really gonna? What is the tea you're gonna spill with Emilio's dad?
Oh my God! My dad just said spill tea. Oh my God! What has this world come to? I'm kidding.
Anybody can pretend to be cool.
Yes.
That is the lesson.
Except for, let's not get into that.
Okay. So, what is the big takeaway? What is the core thing? If you that you'll dump on Emilio's dad, like what's your big
big thing about it, or big
your big
thing that's
do you have a pet theory?
It?
Do you have a pet theory about it? Or
mean?
Everybody says this and this, but what I think is, or what people always get wrong and really irritates me is, what's your pet peeve or pet theory or something like that about epigenetics? Like Jax always goes okay, but it skipped a generation for me, and it's clearly magic, and so that doesn't make any sense for. I mean, sure, for some of this stuff we talk about physical mutations and stuff like that. I literally just read a bunch of books with spells in it and stuff like that, and my family is cursed with blah blah blah.
What people get wrong all the time is they think that certain genes using epigenetics can get gets locked, but it doesn't every time. Most of the time, actually, it changes based on what you're doing, aka environmental factors, and more of the what's the word? Hereditary epigenetic tags are what lock and stay permanent.
Interesting. So what you're saying, and so what ends up happening is you and Emilio's dad end up sitting. He ushers you all out to the patio area with a pretty good spread of food, and whenever the supplies start to run out, rather than getting, he sends Emilio back in for grabbing stuff. Emilio, would you go? We need more. Whatever that happens to be. Mm-hmm. Bring another. Take the butter back in and refresh that, would you please? And because he doesn't want to stop the conversation, so it ends up being you trying to. Because for him, it's like the adult with the kid who's clever with chess and is delighted to have somebody else that. Mm-hmm. And he's obviously put a ton of thought into it. He goes on at great length. And but he's asking questions. He doesn't. So and he's familiar with some pretty. I don't want to say fringe theories because that's not right, but edge theories, really minute application type stuff. He's read literature and studies and stuff like that on a lot of real sort of edge case applications and stuff like that. So he hasn't just read the most recent Forbes article. He's read academic papers and that sort of thing, and what the current thinking on it is, and his eyes just sort of get more and more intense, and then the smile broader as he goes on with this, and this is about probably between the eating and the visiting and that kind of thing. And occasionally Emilio tries to kind of wave him off of this kind of thing or change the subject. And he says, I see what you're doing. I have a limited amount of time. And I am going to make sure that my time that I have available to me today is made most interesting. And this is very interesting. So you will please have patience with your father. And went a little Norwegian there for a second. But in any case... So this goes on for a bit. Mm-hmm. You have an opportunity here to kind of get a really good read on this guy, with a Pierce the Mask, or or something like that. If you are so inclined,
It's Alias.
it's relatively risk free. I don't want to say it's risk free, but it's mostly just a way you can sort of mechanize the exchange. Otherwise, it's just going to be a pleasant breakfast. I'm good either way, or brunch.
You know what? If I fail, I get an advancement. So 7,
Boxcars. No.
No, not this time.
I got to listen to that again.
10.
That was
I got a
hilarious,
10.
by the
Yeah.
way. 10. Cool. So read me that. What is for the pierce the mask? Tell me.
When you pierce someone's mask to see the person beneath, roll plus mundane. On a 10 plus, ask 3. On a 7 to 9, ask 1. So what are you really planning? What do you want me to do? What do you intend to do? How could I get your character to? How could I gain influence over you?
Okay.
Can I slightly tweak the questions?
Well, what do you want to know?
Well, first I want, how can I gain influence over you? And then, do you see, this isn't really one of the questions, but do you see me and Emilio actually going anywhere?
Oh my god, please don't ask that.
Why not?
Because that's so embarrassing. Why would you ask his dad that?
Not
This
directly.
You don't ask those kind of words. It's not. It's in. We're paraphrasing how the question goes. Oh boy, I don't know if you can get that to Emilio. How could I get your character to tell me what you think about me and Emilio?
Yeah,
That's. I mean. So how can I gain influence over you? How can I get your character to tell me what you think about me and Emilio?
How are you gonna ruin this?
No, to be fair, what she's asking is probably one of the scariest questions for you to contemplate as a thing that you would ask, right?
God, never.
So
And then
understand that her reaction is basically a terror reaction of saying, I'm going to go bungee jumping when she's somebody who's terrified of heights.
Yeah.
Okay, and what's the last one? Or you can save it.
Save it for him specifically?
Yeah.
No, I'll do.
Well, let me answer these other two, and then
Okay.
maybe that'll present something. How can I get influence over you? I think what you do is you ask him if he would be willing to come in and speak to the science class on epigenetics.
Oh my god.
If I asked the science teacher and he said yes, would you come in and talk to all of us and
Also,
talk about some of these papers that we haven't talked about and stuff? You can just ask. Who's in what?
Miss B.
oh, okay.
Miss who is it?
Miss B. I don't know. We just made up some of them.
That's
Yeah, I don't know if we had a science. I don't know if we had a science teacher specifically. Miss B.
Mm-hmm. B-E-E, I think. Okay.
I will look in the masks thing and see if I actually have anything on her at this point.
That's weird.
So that would be pay him the compliment of wanting him to come in and talk to everybody and stuff like that. I think he would find that very, and also kind of show initiative.
Honestly, why not?
Yeah, I don't have her down as a detailed thing, so that kind of thing. And yeah, one of the when he sends Emilio for something. It's something more complicated.
Mm-hmm.
Toast up these little, little tiny things, and get some more butter, and do the butter and mix in the little bit of sea salt kind of thing. Just put it in the bowl and mix it up. And he's like, it's gonna take it'll be fine. And he gets him off, and he's like, he's a very good boy. I shouldn't give him so much difficulty, but I get to talk a little bit more with fewer interruptions if I send him off to do these things. He's been good. He behaves himself.
He does.
He's very smitten with you. He talks about you constantly, and I can see why. Very charming girl. I think he has never had proper, what do they call it, girlfriend. They've never had a proper girlfriend before. You make a very good first girlfriend for myself.
Oh damn!
So, and I think you are very good for him. His he is a better person around you.
You're too dangerous.
I hope that he is as good for you. We try to raise our boys appropriately. He may be a little bit old-fashioned occasionally. Please do not hold it against him. He was raised by a very old-fashioned person who is also old. So you get old-fashioned.
Double the old, double the fashion.
Well, triple. I mean, look at me.
Jesus. He's more self-deprecating than I am.
No, triple fashion.
Oh.
No, he's not self-deprecating. He is very confident. Double the old, but I mean, look at me, triple the fashion. So, I hope very good things for all of you. For both of you, I think you are welcome back. You are welcome back to our home away from home, as much as you like. I hope that. It is a very good thing that you two have powers that are so different are around each other. It is good to understand that risk can be balanced by benefit. And hopefully he does that, I think.
Oh, he's so sweet.
So, but that is very serious talk. Is he a good kisser?
Oh my god!
Emilio, she's making a face. I think the answer is no. And he's like, I don't even know what you're saying, Dad, and I don't like it. Why are you embarrassing my girlfriend? And that's...
Was not expecting that.
Your heart rate went from like 6 to a million.
He was doing it primarily.
6.
He was primarily doing it just to get that reaction because
She's not dead yet.
the teasing is sort of part of the
Oh my god,
part of
that's
his
so
move.
funny.
Right. The embarrassing teasing is sort of part of the move. And after that, it's a lot more like once Amelia comes back from that, then it's a lot more like sort of baby stories and little kid stories and. The time that Emilio found a baby alligator and tried to get us to keep it as a pet.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
And things like that. He's like, no, it's adorable, and be like, and he's like, no, it hardly hurts when it bites.
He's bleeding from his hand. Oh no,
Okay.
it's fine.
Teeth like needles.
So my third question.
Hmm?
I'm gonna ask, how can I get your character to tell me what's going on back at
Oh.
Oh, you're going deep. You're going dark. You're going to places you never come out. I'm kidding.
I'll summarize more than try to keep this in character. There's a lot of political unrest. His family is, and they talk around some of this because it's saying it directly is not what's done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but they are quite wealthy, quite powerful within the sort of strata of the country. And on top of that, they're basically a legacy of superpowers. But they are not political. Which is to say they're not really that much involved in, it's fine. They're not really that heavily involved in politics, but people don't seem to want to accept that. So between the fact that they have a lot of financial leverage and plus they're probably one of the most powerful families of supers in the country,
people want them to be involved, to have an opinion, to just involve themselves and make decisions, not make decisions, but pick sides. The fact that they don't is annoying to some who think if they did pick a side, it would be my side, and flat out suspicious to many, many others, because they think that they're playing some sort of angle, and when they do, they clearly are playing it close to the vest because they want to they're eventually going to betray us. They're eventually going to come out against us, and we can't let that slide. The pressure there got strong enough, and the leverage there got strong enough that they decided it was safer to get their next generation. It was made fairly clear that Amelia was going to be a target for people, either as like a literal target, like a political assassination type of thing, or that the family would be, that he tried to be leveraged or anything like that. And the way they figured they would have to do, or the best thing they could do at this point in time, at least until things calmed down a little bit, was to get him out of the country and thus kind of remove that threat. The interesting thing is that while he's here with his father, his mother's still back at home, and things are difficult back there, but at the same time, they're also kind of like, of the three of us, she's best able to handle how difficult things can be. So the impression that you have is like, we're here because Emilio is here, and one of us had to come, and we left the tough one at home. So mom is the one who is going to like put a knife in somebody if things get a little bit out of hand. Somehow, why are you guys all doing the monk right now? Like, why is that? Wow.
We all start having seizures.
So, but one of the more striking things about the whole time with him is that the discussion of superpowers and how they apply to how they affect their real life. I mean, their whole family is about this, and it applies to everything that they do and their influence, their presence in this country, their presence in their home. All of it, a lot of it boils down to their powers, and they're so matter of fact about it. Now, you have noticed that both Emilio, and his dad have been very careful throughout this not to use any of their abilities around you. But that's been clearly because that kind of, water stuff makes you uncomfortable. It's not about them being embarrassed about it, and they talk about powers in general all the time. They're very open about it. And it's kind of like coming to a family that's like really, really, really out, and not really being used to that, even though you've always kind of wished for that kind of thing. So it's definitely a different thing, because even if you're not talking about your own powers, discussions of superhero powers in your own home is just guaranteed to end up with your mom on a rant about something, abuse of power, lack of oversight. It always comes back eventually to lying.
This sounds familiar.
All that kind of stuff. Because what was the deal with your dad? He was doing it and didn't tell?
All I know as a player and as a character is that he had some kind of power, or like he was a superhero. And then he was doing something, like he was saving someone, and he died because of that. And then it got revealed who he was to my mom. And
that is actually something that you figured out a little bit more recently, because the story up until that point in time was there was an altercation between a supervillain and a superhero, and your dad was killed. Yeah. And then later it came out he was actually one of the heroes involved and was killed. And mom didn't know that he'd been doing the superhero thing. Yeah. So he was keeping it secret from his family.
That's why she especially hates masks and
Yeah, the secret identity thing and keeping it from your loved ones and all this other kind of stuff. Wow. And the Macarena continues. All right. Where's my mouse? Where'd my mouse go?
That's too much. Oh, she's doing it back.
I feel like I had another picture of Colin that I found, but I can't. I don't
It's
know where
up
it is.
here. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Why are you doing the Macarena?
We're doing it back.
Why are you doing it backwards?
Because why not?
I'm back to it. One back to turn back, turn.
Oh my god, it's so adorable. It's just a tiny little awkward bean.
Tiny little awkward bean, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's me.
Wait, so one more thing.
Yeah.
Though, because as like the science part of our conversation was wrapping up, I do like mention, oh hey, you know, I'll ask my teacher, but you should come and like,
Oh, you do that now, do you?
you know, and like.
I would be honored to speak. I have to apologize though. I feel, I'm doing this all in second language, in English, so hopefully I did not make a fool of myself as I'm talking to you. I am much more intelligent in my actual language than I am in English. I sound very stupid in
I mean,
English,
you have a translator right here.
Yes, but I do not trust him. He may, but yeah, honestly, the kind of scary thing about that is if he if he thinks of himself.
You missed what I said.
If he thinks of it, if he thinks of himself as being stupid in English, based on the conversation that you didn't have, that you just had with him, how much smarter must he seem in his actual native tongue? Because he certainly seemed plenty smart while you were interacting with him. So
I still have 3 conditions.
Because you're.
you look kind of distant. I still have 3 conditions. Yeah. What do you have for conditions?
Sad
Right?
and happy at
Angry,
the same.
guilty, and insecure. Oh, by the way,
Well,
can
that
I?
sounds right.
That's the golden trio.
I think you were going to say something though.
Can I add him to my influence?
Yeah, just offering the invite is enough. Yeah, you can put on. We'll just call him Emilio's dad for now. I'm not even gonna worry about what his name is. I'll call him Diego. No, I won't. Actually, with his family, it might also be Emilio. That's why they call
They're fighting back.
your Emilio Milo, like as a diminutive. All right, you.
Yay! Yay!
I haven't had a chance to do much with you guys. It's terrible.
I liked that whole scene.
That was
great.
really funny.
And
Is he a
good.
good kisser?
See, back to the important questions. I don't even know what you're saying, but I don't like it. Yeah. That's the thing.
Stress resist.
What are you doing?
How do I resist? I don't have anything to push. Oh boy, it does kind of stretch me down.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
She put her feet
All right.
on me.
Sounds really sad.
So Colin asks you out to go to
Let's go to the place.
movie?
Just the tiny little.
Museum?
Oh my god!
So I have like VIP passes where we get to go back and actually like look at the stuff that's we get to come in before anybody and like mess with the displays and stuff like that, and get to talk to the curator and that sort of thing.
Can I get a boyfriend like this, please?
That's the good news. The bad news is the reason I have that is because my parents are like part of the museum people for this.
Part of the museum, period.
Well, they're like the reason that we get access, so they're going to be around.
Display.
Yeah, they're in the display.
It's a wax museum, except it's actual people.
American Families, the nuclear study of
You just see.
No, my mom's like a consultant on a couple of the displays, so she's actually one of the experts that we get to talk to. He's about ready to air quotes experts, although she actually is kind of an expert, so it's fine.
She's actually one of the displays.
So we can go. It should be cool, but you would be having to meet my parents. Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
That's a very enthusiastic shrug.
What she meant
Which
was
is
yes.
weird because enthusiasm means enthusiasm and shrug means eh. So, yeah? Yes?
This is so warm now. Who's glaring at me? It's me.
Who's glaring?
You.
No. Okay, so what is the most interesting exhibit that they have there at the museum for you to check out?
What are you doing?
Or
Nothing. Focus.
excuse me, put another way, what's the thing that his mom is like super like the expert on?
Sorry. I'm sorry.
It's all right. What's the thing that his mom is the expert on?
Something prehistoric.
Wow,
I
that's
don't
so
know.
wow.
So
It's almost
we
like
we get
everything.
into geology, we get into paleontology,
Make it
Space.
Oh, I thought you were saying make it spicy.
I
I
thought
was
you
like,
said-
oh, what?
That's what I heard.
I thought you said naked space, and I'm like, what? No, humans need suits for that.
Also, that's
Oh.
not history.
Yeah, well,
That's
it's not history anymore. It's just space.
It's the Nature and
That's-
Science Museum.
So
Yeah.
you want like this? She's like the space exhibit type person. So
I'm so epic.
Start correcting her. Actually,
That planet does exist, except it's covered by a giant black hole. Yeah, there you go.
covered. That sounds bad.
It's in a black hole. I am so clever.
Are you? I mean, okay. So we're gonna go do this. We're gonna go and see this. You actually want to see the space exhibit? Isn't that gonna be kind of lame?
Redundant.
Because you're like
You
from
are
space. Is that no? It's not quite as bad as it would be like today here in Denver in terms of being behind. Because again, superheroes. Lots of people.
I want to see the limit of Earth knowledge.
No, lots of people.
Earth knowledge.
Lots of people in this setting are people who have been to space and traveled and stuff. So there's more knowledge in that regard because of superheroes, especially in Halcyon City. Actually, what the exhibit is a historical historical timeline. Kind of, you can walk through this timeline of Earth's interactions with space. Through, including what's known of any superheroic interactions with creatures with extraterrestrial people and extraterrestrial planets and so on and so forth. So it's sort of the history of space in Halcyon City and how we have had to go to space to do various things and save ourselves from planet-eating whales and like a bunch of weird crap. Like there's a lot of, it's comic book space history, so it's like all the weird crap that's happened in space that we've had to deal with.
or things that we met, or people that we've encountered, or anything like that. So one of them is, as an example, one of the big features is like a whole little subset of the display that's about Transcendent, which is a superhero who is they are a superhero. Sort of put them in the Superman class of superheroes. Crazy powerful. But they're not.
Isn't Superman just an alien?
I guess Superman's just an alien, but like in that power level in terms of like what they can do.
Superman is an alien.
Yeah. So,
That's why I say it.
so Transcendent is this being that is basically a
Buffed up.
he's like the local manifestation, representation of an entire alien species. I don't mean like they sent a diplomatic representative. I mean that the governing bodies of this alien species from another planet basically project their will into this being, and that being interacts with our planet. So he's ridiculously powerful because it represents an entire planet's worth of people kind of all at once. They. The downside to that is that as the mood and general outlook of the planet changes, they change. So he worked with other, a lot of times he presents as he. Okay. They have on multiple occasions saved the planet either singly or working with other heroes, like, in that Superman kind of thing, from great peril. He has also, on 2 separate occasions, taken over the moon and said, the moon is ours now, you don't get to have it, and I will rule your world from my new throne on the moon. Like, that's happened twice, about 40 years apart from each other, because the planet that is basically being his brain got more militant and angry and suspicious of people and stuff like that. So there's like a whole subset of stuff just on Transcendent and the difficulties of working with alien cultures and blah 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 blah. His mom, is she more of a hard scientist or a sort of biological scientist or a social scientist? Which is to say, does she focus on the space, the aliens, or talking with other sentient beings, like our relationship with and study of other sentient societies and stuff? What's her deal? Where is she speaking in this whole thing?
I'd say more of space itself, like planets.
So the science of it, planets. Okay, great, very very cool. Just trying to make steps. Sort of. Spiral stick.
Cool.
It is totally cool.
Oh no, it's falling apart.
And now it's falling apart.
I thought you were literally just gonna flop on the floor.
I've done that.
All right. So she is giving a talk with the VIP visitors about the various, what you can tell about the inhabitants of a planet and the life that's evolved on a planet based on the actual physical characteristics of a planet. What would happen if alien life were to develop on Titan? To take something that's fairly close to home. Or Io, and because of the radiation belt surrounding Jupiter, that's basically inimical to all of the kind of life that we would be familiar with. If life did develop on Io, what would it be like with that incredibly high level of radiation and so on and so forth? Yeah, because fun fact, people who talk about building bases on Io, and you couldn't live on the surface of Io, or Ganymede, I think, because the radiation belt there is like being inside Chernobyl all the time. kind of levels of radiation. It's crazy. But if you go under the surface and you burrow tunnels into the ice, so maybe something if they live under the ice, blah, 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 blah. And we have, she actually came up, and your introduction early on, like right at the beginning before she got started, was very quick. And, oh, hello, dear. Colin's told us so much about you. Lovely to meet you. Your hair is fabulous. I am incredibly envious. I wish I could do something like that without being, without losing my tenure. Would you mind, since you're going to be in this talk, and thank you so much for coming, and hopefully I don't embarrass myself with someone who came from, could I use you in my presentation? Would that be all right? You can say no. And he's
Well,
like,
of course you can.
And Colin's like, Mom. And, all right, excellent.
People.
All right, we're going to get you right up there, and I'm going to ask you questions about your home. We're going to be talking about planetary physics. So we're going to be physical characteristics and stuff. So we'll be asking. I'll just ask you a few questions about the other planets other than ours that you're familiar with. Thank you so much.
You don't have to talk about your planet. You just have to talk about your planet. It's okay.
Except for the fact that you don't actually know what your planet looks like right now.
It's fine. She can just go from her memories.
Okay, so she's talking about all the other. She has. I have a drawing. She like does like a whiteboard of that, you know. So now this is all theory, but we can actually talk about what this looks like in a real situation because.
Would you draw a picture of your planet for me?
Because, ladies and gentlemen, we have someone from another world here today. Everyone's like kind of like looking around, like.
Is it you?
Some of them look up, like, dear, would you come up here? What are they doing? Dear, would you come up here? Would you come up?
I like to imagine that that's the only.
She's coming. Okay, I gotta see what the dogs are losing their mind about real quick. Oh God. I did a half marathon distance last weekend, and I am still, my leg is still very angry with my life choices. So when I do over the cable kind of thing, it's like, oh, sweet merciful crap.
I get that from right under my thigh right here from parkour.
It's, well, I know what I did. Dogs, what are you doing up here?
Three sons, lots of questions.
Do you guys like my bear otter thing?
Buildings.
Do you guys like my bear otter thing?
Oh my gosh, it's adorable.
Ear, eye, nose, mouth, teeth.
What the fuck? That's ridiculous. Read the text messages.
I am a text message.
That's ridiculous.
What? Ooh, is it tea?
It's not good tea. It's racist tea.
Wait, someone texted
It's
you
horrible.
racist tea?
No, it's just like it's a post on Instagram.
Oh. Let me see.
Oh,
I want to
it's so
see.
horrible. It makes me choke.
Colorful, three suns, lots of ocean, moundy buildings. Lucidia, that's what it's called.
Lucidia.
Peaceful, 5 moons. Gravitational pull. That's all. I don't know.
You just wrote gravitational pull.
Yes,
That's
I don't know. what
Does
that
your
means.
planet have gravity? Yes.
It's
All right.
I
think
know,
meant
that's
to write
horrible,
strong
right?
Gravitational pull, but I just wrote gravitational pull.
It exists. It's a thing.
Mm.
So she asks you a few questions, sort of the basics. So you come from another world. Is there one sentient species? Multiple sentient species? Is it all like our planet? The only acknowledged sentient species that we have on the planet are humans. Spoken language, cities, etc., etc., so forth. Oh God! Except for the lizard people. And somewhere Ember goes, yes.
Well,
Should I
it's
close the door?
mostly one,
Okay.
but in a way you could consider it two.
Really?
because we're shapeshifters. So the second species would be the guards. Like they're kind of their own species, but they can shapeshift to look like us.
So interesting. So is shapeshifting common amongst other species on the planet? Let the record indicate that she said yeah, that she nodded. So you have shapeshifting species throughout. You also happen to be, is it a set shape that you can change into? Like you have a form that what we're looking
the
at.
Spider thing.
Turns into the chair.
Do you have a regular form and just one other form that's like perhaps a form that's more protective with a shell, or is it many different forms?
Anything.
Anything. That's very interesting.
I was a chair.
She's been in a chair. She's been in a chair. Tell us more about the world. Is it mostly fluid surface? So we have fluid people on a fluid surface. That's interesting. Celestial bodies surrounding it that might influence it with gravitational pull. Moons?
5 moons.
5 moons. How many stars? Is it a single star, a single system such as our own? Binary?
There are 3.
A trinary system with 5 moons. That is very crowded. That is a crowded night sky. Can you even see the stars most of the time, or is it more typical that
there are stars everywhere?
Interesting.
Oh my god.
This is fascinating. So from this we can infer infer a challenging environment where the ability to fluidly adapt your form for survival techniques over the course of millennia, over the course of millions of years, would have been a strong survival trait that many different species on the planet selected for. I won't ask you to give a demonstration of this. I think we can all imagine.
Turns into chair.
Especially not the chair.
I love the chair.
You're here, so I'm assuming that you are at least to some degree, a spacefaring society? You've evolved to that degree? Are you commonly spacefarers, or is it a more rare occurrence that...
No.
No. Okay. All right. Has your world encountered other spacefaring societies?
Yeah, my plan has been taken over.
What I'm asking is, have they encountered societies that are very different than their own?
Yeah.
Does that same fluidity of form also reflect in their fluidity of social interaction? Are they as adaptable socially as they are physically? So when strangers from completely outside of their experience arrive, was their reception friendly? Not friendly? Were there?
Oh my god! Did you actually say that?
Just like
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Your plan's being taken over
Oh my
right now, and you could hear a pin drop in the room right now. Like everyone, like
This is making her so sad. And when I say her, I mean everyone.
Colin, this would be a great time to just like
Colin,
jump in.
Oh yeah, I
Something.
just run away and I go to Colin. I'm not
She
talking
ran!
anymore.
She ran!
That's something I never.
so.
do.
The last thing that she says just before you run is she starts to say something, and it starts with "Sweetie, and then you're gone. You're like rushing off the stage.
It's like the run.
When you say to run to Colin, do you just like run over to him and like gesture like we've got to go, or is it
I run away from his mom.
bury your face in the chair. She didn't know. It wasn't
Yeah,
like...
I just run and I just.
We're going to take a quick break while we set up the next display in the next room. So if everyone is anyone who's going to be moving on, we're going to be talking about black holes in the next room. So everyone just right on in there, black holes and
In
white
other words,
dwarfs.
get the hell out of here.
Black holes and white dwarfs. Next room over. Everyone just.
I know about that because my partner for the model project didn't have internet access, so I had to do all the research by myself.
Nice.
Oh, this is real life. I thought you were talking in game.
No, I know very
She comes over.
great on the
My dear Palestine, I am so sorry. I did not.
Penny. Wouldn't it be Penny?
Penny, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot. Penny, I am so sorry. I did not know. Colin didn't mention that.
Oh, she's gonna beat his ass.
And
Probably better that he did.
I admire the fact that he kept your personal issues. Thank you so much for sharing.
Issues?
Your personal issues personal. It was very thoughtful of him, and I should have checked first, but thank you for stepping up to talk about your home in that way. It sounds lovely, a lovely, fascinating place, and I hope that you have the opportunity to return later. Are you holding up all right?
Eh.
That's like the world
She's-
ending for Penny.
She channeled Ember pretty hard on that one.
Be kind, be kind, be courteous. She's trying so hard. Just
No,
be nice to her.
It's all right. It's all
This
right.
hurts me.
It's all right. No, this is good.
No.
I want to make sure I get
mean,
this thing next
Sounds
because
like
she's
a great response to me.
because her mom's an expert, which means she's not going to be able to not offer advice, whether or not she's qualified to offer advice or not. Experts don't.
Don't offer advice.
Oh yeah, she's absolutely going to offer advice. I need. Can I see your sheet for a second? Give me.
Did you tell her that you're the princess? Or
No.
does she know?
That didn't come up.
Oh, you should really let her know.
Colin might have mentioned it.
Oh my god, what are those?
Read the thing.
High heel flipper. Imagine the sound.
Dude. Just,
Clip.
Okay.
Just dive right into the pool of those.
I need a pair of those.
That's what I saw.
Colin mentioned that you were part of the ruling aristocracy, I suppose you'd call it, on your home world, and your family's still there. Our whole world should be honored by the fact that they believe that you would be able to grow up here and I assume find some way to ultimately help them
I think it was just
at some
no
point
one
going
cares about Earth,
at some
just
point
that
going forward. I can't even imagine what you're going through,
Just stop talking, lady.
but I can say that you seem like a very bright young lady,
Oh,
very caring.
oh.
And I know that when you go back there, what they're going to be looking for is someone who can lead them, who can be brave for them, and show them the strength that they might have had drained away from them after a certain amount of time, where you can go back and provide that to them through your own example, which I think is very good. You showed a lot of strength today. So be strong, be brave, and be prepared to show them how they can save themselves. And I think you can be that leader that it seems as though your family was hoping that you would grow to become. You seem like a very nice young girl, and I hope that we get a chance to talk more. Don't distract her while
I'm not distracting.
you're totally distracted.
I'm not distracting.
You have a distraction box literally in your hand. And she is going to shift wants to shift your savior up and your mundane down.
No, fight it!
I'm like,
Fight
shake.
it!
It's not happening, lady. I think you just roll.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
6, 7.
7.
When
All
you
right.
add-
When you reject someone's
one.
influence on a hit, you successfully hold to yourself and tune them out. On a 10 plus, well, you don't. On a 7 and 9, choose one. Clear a condition or mark potential by immediately acting to prove them wrong. I'm not a savior. I hate people. No.
I hate
Now,
these people.
I want to make it clear. You only have to immediately act to prove them wrong to do either clear condition or mark potential. These other two options don't require that. Shift one label up and one label down, your choice, instead. Or cancel their influence and take +1 forward against them.
What are you gonna do?
What you
Cancel
gonna
their
do?
influence and take +1 forward against them. That's cool.
What you gonna do?
I don't
What you
listen to
gonna
what your
do?
mom says. Your mom clearly doesn't know anything about my homeworld, so to heck with you. All right. I don't know that
Still
you'll
sounds
ever
like
need.
a nicer mom than my mom.
I don't know that you'll ever need +1 forward against them, but write down that you've got +1 forward against Colin's mom, and that Colin's mom does not have influence over you. You can just write down Colin's mom minus influence or something like that.
That makes me so sad. She's so sweet. She's
Eh.
trying,
Let it change.
she's trying so hard.
She's got a bad case of foot and mouth disease.
Hey, just like grandma.
Yeah.
Did I guys tell you about what my grandma did?
All right. No. You can tell, but not right now. It was classic. It was classic.
It was extreme foot mouth disease.
Yep. Yep.
But I still love her very
Big
much.
fan of symmetry. I'm detecting. Big fan of symmetry.
It's a bear.
It's a what now?
She made a bear.
It was a what?
It's
I
a
was
bear.
gonna give it a unibrow, but then I decided not to.
Nice.
Ears, eyes,
Ooh,
nose.
Very nice.
It's a demonic Mickey.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Colin spends most of the. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Are you? You're cuddling. Jamie is not being cuddled right now. She's like being assaulted, and you're cuddling.
No, I am finding a wall to rest against.
I like that. Super.
I like the ember mood coming off you. It's very
It's very ember.
Very disturbing.
It's very epic.
It's very ember.
epic. Sorry.
That's so epic.
What is that from?
Our
Nothing
friend,
really.
What's that?
one of our friends.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just a thing.
She says epic all the time, and it's great.
hmm
But she says it that way.
She says it
Epic.
like ironically.
hmm
Okay.
She's like, that's epic, man.
hmm
It's great.
We used to say, "Cool story, bro."
Why? What the hell was that?
Wait, what just happened?
I don't know.
No,
Something
not
on
that.
my
Oh, right,
finger.
the museum. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, and wrapping back around to Syl.
Yes.
Wrapping back around to Syl. Where would you and Jack hang out?
Ooh.
Or is it all texts and stuff? Is a lot of it texts and
It's
stuff?
cemetery.
I mean, you don't have a situation where you're like, oh, I can't come and, we can't come and hang out because Vigil expects me to be home. That's just not how Vigil works, so.
It's an ice cream shop.
That's their hangout.
No. They did not claim it.
Yeah, we did. We stuck a flag in the ground. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, it's
Steve.
an ice cream shop. That's
That'd
like
be a
it's like
different ice
really
cream
quiet and really homey, and it's like one local shop.
shop. Oh, that's
Does the owner know you? I really want the owner.
What's the neighborhood like in this? Is this near where you are at, or near where he's at, or is
It's
it just?
near where he's at. And we go there.
What do you have? Usually.
Vanilla with chocolate.
Because they have a vanilla that doesn't
Yeah.
taste like. You can't taste the chemicals, and you can't taste that the milk is from like 16 different cows
Yeah.
in 3 different states.
Vanilla with vanilla.
Vanilla with vanilla.
Yeah. Vanilla. What?
Jack gets this like.
Excuse me, I'm not basic. I'm broken.
Well, no, she's got this sensory thing that
I know.
vanilla is a rich
So is
experience.
chocolate.
If you can
I
have,
can't do chocolate.
if you can find a good vanilla, it's a very satisfying
Yeah.
ice cream.
Mhm.
If you can find a good one, if you can find, if you get like the crap from the grocery store, then pretty much all you can taste is chemicals in the plastic with the plastic of the container that it came in. This place does vanilla right.
Yeah, vanilla. With vanilla.
All right. So, what are you doing for lunch today? Actually, do you tell him at all about the exchange with Vigil?
Yes. I'm complaining.
Like you're okay. All right. So how does that what is that? What part are you complaining about? Like what is like her or the circumstances
It's the
or
circumstances. It's like she's always getting pulled away to do other stuff for these people who don't even respect what she can do, and she's
we
trying.
talking about oversight?
Yes.
Yeah. My family never has had a lot of. Like we get pulled in on like they can't figure it out and they've been ignoring us, so they finally come over and ask. Like that's been the history. It's been like we tell them this horrible thing is coming, and they say, "Haha! Well, you're weird ghost people. We don't have to listen to you." And then the weird ghost stuff happens, and they come back to us and say, "Hey, experts on weird ghost people, why didn't you tell us what was happening? How do we fix it?" So we never had like great interactions with them.
I mean, it's just like, yeah, she can be really good, and they give her all of this random basic crap. And maybe if she didn't have to do that all the time, she would actually have time to help, on the important stuff.
Do you think it's because she's like younger than the rest of them? Because she is.
Probably.
Like, I mean, a lot of them are like they've been doing this for.
Probably.
I mean, they've been doing this since like the late '80s, most of them, and she's what, the last 5 or 6 years or something.
Yeah.
So she's like 15, 20 years younger than her. I mean, I'm not giving that as an excuse. I'm just trying to figure out why it is.
And that's probably why it is, but, doesn't give them the excuse.
No. Have you ever met any of them?
Yeah.
Which one? Oh, Patrol, because of that thing you were telling me about.
Yeah.
The whole Belize thing that Ember did.
Yeah. And
Like from his angle, he totally blames you for the for the drama.
Like Blue Brahma, he's weird.
Yeah,
He changes on a dime.
that guy gives me a weird vibe. Like,
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, I'm feeling that. He flipped on a dime. I mean, really.
what do you mean?
Like, I told him that Alias was a problem and that he needed to come and help with that, and he completely ignored us because, you know, nothing had happened and they had him in his records as a hero. And then we get attacked and he shows up at the school and, you know, he's still not believing us. And then randomly he shows up and is just like, here, let me help you research now. And it's just, I don't know what prompted that, but I don't like it.
I wonder if he did something that finally scared him. I don't know what it would be, but I mean, scared, you know, whatever. It isn't from beating you guys up because apparently he's beat up people before. Did you guys ever figure out what he was trying to get from your base?
Information?
Yeah, but what could you guys have at the base that everybody? I mean, okay. I'm not saying that anything you guys have got scrolled away in the base is something that everybody has, but what could be like something that is only at your base? I mean, that's just weird, right?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be a detective guy.
Should probably look into those records. What?
The file on him, maybe? That's like the only thing, because it happened soon after we got. Because remember, we got the file, we left, and then he came for it. That's the only thing.
Yeah, but, you know, where did we got that from, like, you know, like, oversight and stuff?
Yeah, but who's easier to defeat? 3 or high schoolers or oversight?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
mean,
good
but it's
new
a file
angle to
on.
look at. I should
I
probably
mean, I don't know.
look
I'm not
up
trying. Hey, I'm not trying to solve. I didn't want to be talking about this kind of stuff.
No, that's fine. It gives me a new lead, but, you know.
Yeah. So my family wanted you to come by for lunch.
Okay,
Sort of.
this is new.
Well, no,
I don't do lunch with people,
I mean,
but okay.
it's weird, but you wouldn't like technically be breaking a rule if you came in and had lunch with my family because they're not really people.
What are they, vampires?
No.
Are they dead? Don't lie to me, are they dead?
Mostly.
Are you dead?
No.
Are you mostly dead?
No.
Are you kind of sort of dead?
I mean, we're all dying of something
No.
eventually.
Okay, fine. I will go meet your ghosts.
Well, they won't.
Family,
I mean,
people,
if you just
things.
focus on talking to them, it won't feel weird. Like, just don't try to like listen for heartbeats because that would be futile.
They don't. Your family really is vampires. They do
No, you.
so many questions.
Well, okay, so most of my family is gone. Most of my family is gone in the way that most people would think of as being gone, but for me, they're not gone. And in our home territory, sort of our home, they're not really gone at all. So my mom and dad are around.
Interesting.
My granddad is around.
No.
My great granddad and grandmother. It goes back a ways. Everybody's sort of there.
Very crowded. Do they sleep or do they just
They
like, I don't
kind
know,
of-
stand in your room and watch?
No, they sort of come and go. No, they don't. Come on, they're not creepy. Everyone pretty much acts like a family, except
Well, that's probably not true, but okay.
you know, hugging is harder.
Oh.
And you know, some of them want to watch TV that isn't on anymore, ever.
It sounds
I think
really
that works.
interesting, and I'm extremely intrigued. So,
Okay,
Sure.
well, as long as it's not like a science project for you.
no,
So they
it's
do
not a science
honestly wanna-
project. It's just,
They do honestly want to meet you, and
Oh,
I kind of
that's
want
nice.
them to meet you.
oh, that's nice.
I mean, don't get cocky. What? You're worth meeting and stuff. Look, I'm a little bit nervous about that. I never introduced people, and I figure you probably won't. See, they don't look normal, but it won't matter.
I mean, I wouldn't be able to tell. So.
Right. So it's just like you're talking to them, and that should be fine. I don't think there's anything that should be too weird about it.
Not that it matters, but describe the look difference. Are they like transparent?
Yeah.
Can you? Oh, can I move through them? Should I try that or avoid
Don't.
that?
It's.
Okay.
I mean, avoid if you can.
Okay.
I mean, they'll try not to do that. They sort of have object permanence issues where they
Hmm.
try to not run through people.
Ah. Okay. What about like your mom and dad?
they're
Like your
going-
Oh. Oh. Okay.
My family has had we have. I mean, there's like a curse, you know. It's well, it's that's not
gonna
an imagined thing.
Will
It's,
that happen to you?
I mean, I'm working on that.
Knew it.
What are you? What were you like telling her what your guess was with Jack's whole family? I mean, it all kind of.
He's the Doom playbook.
I hate you.
I told you ages ago he was a dude.
I know, but I didn't think he was actually going to turn into a ghost.
Well,
He's not gonna turn into a.
I have to
he's
help
gonna
him.
die. That's what the Doom
Not
playbook
on my
does.
watch.
I mean,
I mean, Jason
Jason made it.
made
Yeah.
it. I didn't know if
He had
that's
2
what
whole
was
ticks
not.
left on his.
No,
his Doom.
I've gotten past the dance and then that's it.
How much longer does he have on his Doom track?
Oh, he's fine with it. By the time you guys get
No,
to
yeah,
the dance,
he
he's
switches
fine.
to Alicia. He's
When he
already
switched-
switched.
No,
they-
no, not Jason. Jack.
I'm telling you how long he's got left on his Doom track.
I need to know, so I
One
can save him.
What if the
He's got one
what if
tick
the death
left.
goddess? Sorry.
Was that a full 360 dab?
Death goddess is his mom or something.
No.
Yeah.
I was gonna say what if, because he had a plan to get rid of the death goddess. So what
She
if
dabbed.
So what if we can
There's
also
a
get
360 dab too. 360 spinning dab.
360 no scope.
What was
How
that?
dare you?
the, you don't even know.
I wish I had this on
I'm
camera.
being
All these
destroyed
maneuvers.
by dead memes.
By dead memes.
Imagination. Now that's really dead. Or even do you know the way? That's like super dead.
That's actually dead.
That's like
Remember
beyond
when
dead.
21 was a thing?
Okay.
Oh yeah.
That's also really
Okay,
dead.
refocus. Sorry about
Anyway.
that. That was my fault.
It's okay.
360 no scope.
So
I need to fix him so he doesn't go away.
well, you need to find out more about what the actual situation is with him.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to necessarily get into that. There's a family curse. It's taken out most of the family. You may not meet mom and dad today. They're not always around. But granddad always is, and he's the one that's sort of like pretty gung ho to meet you anyway, because of reasons related to me, whatever. Oh right.
On the screen, so I can look at his
All right.
face.
I'll get Jack in the appropriate.
Actually dead inside though.
Not dead inside yet, just dying inside.
You gotta sit him down and have him
Excuse
tell
me,
all
why
of
does
us.
Colin get to be bigger than him? He's
Yes.
just as important!
Important.
Important!
Really? All right. There.
Nice.
Better.
Free child.
You happy?
Yes.
Boo boo.
I'm not an e-girl, okay?
The little ghosts on his shirt.
It's so funny.
I want that T-shirt. Honestly.
Me too.
Just that.
I want to be that for Halloween, not the ghost, the T-shirt. I want to be the T-shirt for Halloween.
Oh wow. All right.
Oh, not funny. Stop, James.
So, how should I describe this? I mean, when you get down to it, what happens is you go back to their home. It smells like a very old house. A lot of creaking, a lot of. He's basically living in like the Addams Family house, kind of. But like creaking big like wrought iron gate fence around the outside of the place. You can smell the iron. Big old cupola house kind of thing. It smells old. It's colder inside than you feel like it ought to be. I mean, if you get right down to the nuts and bolts of it, you focus on certain senses. Basically, he brings you home and he makes your lunch. Like, and it's just you two, because nobody else is there except you're greeted by voices that talk to you and are very friendly and are very cheerful, and the granddad is sort of a gruff, uncle kind of vibe, like the gruff fisherman granddad kind of thing. Except what he talks about isn't like fly lures and stuff like that. It's about poltergeist traps and demon hunting and
Honestly, every Saturday night for me, just...
Oh my god, this Stanley is gonna be so hard with you. You're gonna be like, oh my god, a noise from a closet. It's a ghost! And I'm just gonna be like, Jamie.
So, the hand thing that you just did.
Oh my god, I need to show you the thing.
Alright, anyway. So, and everybody is great. And you get introduced back to like the great-great-granddad, which they get annoyed by and they don't let him say those kind of things. It's just call me Matilda, dear. Kind of thing.
Great-great-granddad.
Some of them are, as you there's two different groups of people in the family. There's the ones who have been like the active hunters, which you get that Jack is and Granddad was, and the other people who are simply part of the family and are thus involved in the various hijinks at some level, but they haven't been like the active.
So if you're a part of the family, you get cursed.
Yar. Whether or not you were one of the ghost hunters, although the means of them being shuffled off this mortal coil is a lot more obvious when you're busy grappling with demons.
So before
you're gonna get cursed.
It's been
before we get married.
It's been a little bit more than 300 years since anybody in the family has died of natural causes. Like
Sounds
everybody
like a great
since then.
Has he been working? Like, what does he mean? Like, when he's been working on it? Like how do you fix the curse?
That's what he's working on.
Was there like some legend a long time ago?
Okay, so probably pierce the mask if you want to.
Yeah, I need to know so I can.
Aren't you happy your mundane is up?
Maybe you want to assess the situation.
No, I want. What do I want to do? Assess the situation.
It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter. I have the same stats for either.
I know,
one.
but the questions
Which
you can
is
ask are
more
different.
important? Which was. Oh, I would probably want to pierce the mask.
Yeah, probably. It's certainly a personal interaction kind of a thing.
Okay. Piercing
And
the
he's been
mask
talking, and some of what comes up, it ends up with you guys kind of out in the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
With just him and his grandfather, kind of talking a little bit about the Central American death goddess type thing, and
my bestie.
Didn't he have something that he wanted to tell everyone about?
well,
that?
he's got some thoughts about, actually, Grandpa does, but
first I need to save him, or figure out how to do that. So
he should tell all of us.
when you roll pierce the mask, when you see person.
okay, try again.
When When
breath.
you pierce someone's mask to see the person beneath, roll plus mundane. On a 10 plus ask 3. On a 7 to 9, ask 1. 7! 7! It's a 7! Ask 1.
I like her. Can we all agree that we like her level of engagement when she isn't drawing through the whole game? We're a big fan. No, okay, can we also all agree that we love her art? But it's nice when she's got nothing to do but like melt down over the game because she's so good at melting down over the game. I like everybody in the
How
game.
could I get your character to live through
That's not exactly.
to spill the tea, to tell me the reverse for the curse,
He doesn't
tell
know
me
What are you
the-
planning?
What do you mean? What are you planning?
No, what are you planning? That's like.
What you planning, Jackie boy, to save yourself from soon
Wait,
death?
hold on. Can I jump in here really quick? If you want to figure out the problem, you should ask what the problem is, not what are you planning on doing.
No, what's his plan to do? Can I critique the question?
How do I get your character to tell me what your deal is?
Tell me.
To tell me about the curse.
And the fix for it. Or at least what you think it is. No, not at least. To what the fix is.
Well,
I don't want no
Ye-
misleading bullcrap.
well, Pierce the Mask is only about what they know or feel. It isn't about like.
Fine. Go. Tell me the truth. What are you doing?
Big
Their
building.
powers were stolen
Oh.
from forces inimical to life on Earth. To life. Actually, we'll just stop and say life.
Oh.
Okay. To be used in the defense of said life. Okay. This was a daring whatever. Problem is the power is still coming from that source. So while they tricked it and said, they can't make the power not be theirs anymore, they can sort of taint the supply.
So if you have. Oh, I'm confused.
So the family. So once upon a time, the family. It'd be my great grandmother from back in the day. Worked out a way to get access to this. We'll just call it demonic power, evil, whatever stuff. But its power is just power. It's like any energy, heat, kinetic, whatever. Except it's not. Like there's no such thing as chaotic, evil, kinetic power or heat, right?
I don't know.
But with this kind of power, it has. It's not. It can be made to be not completely neutral. It can be made to have kind of a thing to it. So she pulled off the heist, and our family got the power and was able to use it. But after that first time, when she used it to save the world, the first time that we saved the world from all the other times,
Weird flex, but okay.
the other side figured out where the power was coming from, and it was actually coming from them, and they figured out how to sort of taint the supply. So they can't stop us from using it, but it carries with it consequences. If it weren't this, magic is weird, all right? Magic is
Fair enough.
stuff that I'm going to steal a little bit. Magic isn't the kinetic energy behind you kicking somebody does not by itself want something. Cool?
Mm-hmm.
This stuff wants stuff. And you can neutralize it so that it's basically just nothing but electrical flow, but this stuff isn't that way. So when we use it, we get to do what we want with it, but at the same time, it wants us
It gets to
to
do what it
suffer.
wants with you.
It wants us to suffer for that. It can't do a lot at once, but it can do a little bit over time. Sometimes we're just plain unlucky. I think there's quite a few people wandering around the house right in there that aren't probably victims of the curse. They were just getting in fistfights with demons, and that tends to have a high lethality rate. Some of us, Granddad's one of them, it pretty obviously was the curse. He goes, oh yeah. And I was doing it long enough that it built up, and it's just eventually that's going to get you. It's like radiation sickness. A little bit, not that big of a deal. Hit me with an x-ray every day for 45 years, I'm going to die of cancer.
How do you fix
I had
it?
to switch from Katsuki to Samurais because of that.
Right? What's that?
How do you fix that? How do you fix it? How do you... If you never use it,
If I never use it, I'm fine. But I'm not going to not use it. I mean, would you not use what you do?
no. How would you... How is there a way to unlegalize it?
I think there's a particular person who... Person's not the right word. Entity. That is at the heart of our supply being tainted. And if I can take them out of the equation,
It's Alias. I'm kidding.
if I can take them out of the equation, then the taint goes away and the power should be neutral again. Not clean, that's not the right word, but neutral.
How do you... Do you know who it is?
Yeah, you can't easily pronounce his name. He's like a...
The top of waffle.
Is it the goddess?
No. No, she's several tiers down from this.
Oh, sheesh.
I mean, if you want to talk legit, like just straight up game terms, remember the Doomed has to have a nemesis.
Uh-huh.
His nemesis is the person who's tainting the supply.
Uh-huh.
If
Like,
he could-
so you know how, like, people
that
have, like,
oof.
the levels of conditions that they can take before you take them down, and that, like, counts as, you know, like, how tough they are?
Hmm?
What would this person be at?
Well, fine.
5.
But it's I mean, Alias is a 5 too, so it doesn't matter. But there's certain people, like the Dread Queen.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the Dread Queen's a 5, I think. I can't. It doesn't really matter if she's a 5 because the fact of the matter is you can't do a condition to her without meeting other certain criteria. Like you've got to get to the point where conditions can be given to her first.
Because
And
it
that,
was, you were explaining it in Menagerie as it's almost as if she's like cheating.
yeah. I mean, and there's some people like that. So, like, Vanquish is actually at this level. Palacene's the little Vanquish guy. He's like a he's like a 5 condition guy, but he's the way his powers are, functionally speaking. I mean, you can't just straight out of the box walk up to him, haul back, and roll directly engage. Because part of directly engage is...
What if we use
No.
I win button?
No. That gets more complicated, but it's not impossible. Like, Leo engaged the Dread Queen when she technically can't really be touched by him, and used his moment of truth on her, and managed to drive her away by beating up by basically beating up her honor with his face. Well, he never landed a punch, and she withdrew because he impressed her, kind of a thing. So he was able to like get her to pull back, but it wasn't because he pushed this I win button and now I can finally punch you.
But before that, there was a ghost army. That was pretty.
Yeah, the ghost army
That's
was pretty.
litty.
Yeah, it depends on what's actually going on.
Well, I'm.
So wait, let me. So, because this is important
there's going to be times when this comes up. Alias is not one of those times, but like you walk with Vanquish. Palestine walks up to Vanquish. Palastine's got super strength. She's got flight. She flies up to Vanquish. She hauls back. She punches him. She doesn't get to roll directly engage at that point because part of directly engage implies that you have the ability to hurt him, and she doesn't. Not that way. Okay. You have to figure out how, and then you have to make it so that how is actually accessible to you. And then you can hurt it. So, if you want to make it, let's get completely outside of the game. Superman. You can't just walk up to Superman and punch him, because it's Superman. Right?
I don't know.
So, how do you change the game? So, no, if you're Batman, you cannot walk up to Superman and punch Superman and have it matter. Now, you can walk up to Batman, or Superman, punch him as Batman and break your fist on his face and make him feel so bad about that he will take a condition. But that's not the same thing, and it really calls into question how many bones in your hand are you willing to break to make a point with Clark Kent?
I love that.
Yeah, if you're Bruce, if you're Bruce, the answer is all.
Midoriya, let's go.
Yeah, it's a Midoriya. But there's another way, right? There's a couple other ways that you can hurt Superman for realsies. Not just like emotionally, but for realsies. If you're Batman, you make brass knuckles out of kryptonite, and then you punch him. And that means the directly engage works.
Both made the same face.
If you're Wonder Woman, you get a magic sword because historically, and this is a thing, Superman's not good against magic. Like, magic just works against him. It always has. So you get your magic swords, and you cut him with those. You mess him up with that kind of stuff. You rob him of yellow sun energy long enough, and he'll get weaker. Whatever. So you have to change the circumstances. So right now, he doesn't actually have the capability of hurting this guy who's tainting the source of his power.
You really need to figure out who that is so I can track him.
No, I know who it is. I'm telling you, he's saying you can't pronounce his name, and I can't say it out loud in any case because there would be problems with me saying his name out loud.
Oh, okay. Let's not do that then.
Yeah.
Can you make up a nickname? Name him Skittles or something.
Make up a stupid name for him.
You.
Oh.
Well, I can't have his real name. I'm just going to give him one. I don't think I'm going to call him. Just like, while he's still saying that's probably not a great idea, you just decide to give him like a...
Mr. Fuck.
No.
Spoopy Man.
Spoopy Man?
Spoopy Man.
He's a Spoopy Man.
Fuzzy little...
Evil Spoopy Man.
Little Mr. Toesy Woesies?
I'm calling him Evil Spoopy Man.
Evil Spoopy Man. Alright.
Evil
Spoops.
Spoopy Man is
Does that work?
The Spoops.
Is that cool?
Sure. We'll call him Evil Spoopy Man.
Nice.
Jack is like, he does this like... This is his reaction. Sure. Evil Mr. Spoopy Man. Sure. I'm pretty sure that's not going to trigger anyone.
Better than the one who must not be named.
Yeah.
Better than freaking Voldemort. Oh, I should have called it Voldemort. I like Evil Mr. Spoopy Man better.
Tom Muzzle.
EMS. Evil Mr. Spoopy Man. EMS.
EMP.
No.
Evil
Spoopy
Mr.
starts...
Spoopy Man.
Oh my god.
Evil Mr. Spoopy Poopy.
What are you, 7? That's what he's... This is Jack's like, what are you, 7?
Yes. Basically.
Uh,
Aren't you 7? Einstein said time is relative.
I'm 7 twice, and then some.
Same!
That doesn't mean to be twice as 7.
I beg to differ.
That doesn't mean to be extra 7. It means to be...
Double the 7. You get twice the 7.
All right. Casey, it was delightful meeting you. I'm going to go. Jack, keep an eye on this one. She's trouble in the best way.
Thank you.
We are all, the whole family is touched that you want to be involved in our nonsense. Please understand that we will all understand if you reconsider being involved in our nonsense, because our nonsense is very dangerous.
Can I be involved in the nonsense?
No,
it sounds
it's not
really
your
fun.
nonsense.
It's
It's my nonsense.
Dead
Yeah, but
nonsense?
if you've nonsense, then you've
Oh, there's an overlap of
Yeah.
nonsense here because Ixapacatl. I
don't know.
gotta figure out how to pronounce that. The death goddess.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like Ixapacatl or something like that.
I have it written down.
I know that
It's a
doesn't
Picado.
help because there's like
Papalotl.
it's papalotl.
Oh,
It's papalotl.
that's where she wrote.
It's a papalotl.
No, it's
Can
on
I
my
say it?
kids.
Ixapapalotl.
It's a papalotl.
It's Papalotl.
Wait, can I say
It's Papalotl!
Can I
Wait.
say it?
Wait, I got
no,
it.
No, I want to say it.
I know how to do it.
Where
Have
is it?
Siri
Where is
say it.
Evil Spoopy Man. Yep, that checks out.
No, don't confuse Evil Spoopy Man and It's Palotl. Evil Spoopy
Okay.
Man is the guy who's trying to kill Jack and Ellen.
Evil Spoopy Woman.
No,
No!
Evil Spoopy Man is the guy who's trying to taint the source of Jack's power.
Trying
Completely
it.
unrelated. It's
Succeed.
Palotl is the death goddess from Belize that you unleashed on the world.
One more question.
Different people.
One more question. One more question.
Yes?
Does
1 second.
if Mr. Spoopy Man went away, would your family go away, or would they come back?
Put your hand on my wrist. Say again?
If Mr. Evil Spoopy Man went away, would your family leave, or would they come back?
As long as we still have access to the power, this place is still going to have the power that lets them manifest here easily.
But
Some of them would probably rest for a long time. Right now they don't because they're all gossips and they want to keep track of what our family's up to. They're all horrible, gossipy, back-whispering meddlers who can't leave a guy alone just because he got a B on his last math test. And there's a weird shuffling, like an embarrassed shuffling throughout the house. I do not know where the remote is, and in any case, the batteries are not good, so we'll have to do some work on this before it would work. Sorry. I will fix. I cannot fix right now. Okay. Do you want me to? Can I put this on? Can I put this on your head like a hat? I don't. The controller should be in the closet somewhere, but I don't honestly. The one down in the basement.
wait, I want to hear
toys are-
everybody's guesses at the name before we say
It should be down
Papa
in the
Wall.
closet somewhere where the toys
It's
and
a
stuff are at.
Palotl.
If it's not there, Zoe, though, it could be a lot of
It's a
different places. I don't-
Palotl.
What do you think?
It's a Papalotl. It's Palotl.
It's a
May I see?
Papalotl. It's Papalotl.
It's Papalotl.
It's Papalotl.
It's Papalotl.
It's Papalotl.
It's Papalotl.
It's
No, let's
Papalotl.
just find another
It's
one
like-
just to
it's
see if they
Papalotl.
pronounce it differently.
It's Papalotl. All right.
Shuffling.
English UK pronunciation.
Need to gather you all back together.
Yes.
It's Papalotl.
What the
That sounded French.
That's not what we want. That's the wrong one. Hold on.
Chinese?
No. You really want
It's Papalotl.
It's
Papalotl.
It's Papalotl. Yeah.
It's Papalotl.
I think
I
you
think
want
that's
it's
enough.
Mayan. I think is the original naming, but I don't think there's probably a pronunciation dictionary in there for Mayan. While you were hanging out with Colin and everything, has he shown any use of his power in the last week,
Yeah.
Palestine? He has?
But
It's stuck.
it's just like random spasms.
Okay, so it's not like he's not really controlling it very well or anything.
Okay,
It's just
neither
like,
can I do join the club.
is it like manifesting when he's agitated, that kind of thing? Is that sort of what's going on? Like he gets particularly agitated, and that's what's,
Sounds familiar.
Weird stuff.
or is it just
Random.
completely random? All right. Yeah, my and he actually explains it as his RNG is messed up because what? I figured you'd appreciate that. All right.
Well, I found how to pronounce every letter as you would
Set forth for
in
me.
Mayan. So like
Just you.
A is A as in father. So it's ah.
So
It's Papalotl.
It's Papalotl.
2 A's is like A, only held longer. Ah.
it's,
Ah.
it's the battery one, but
Oh my god.
E is like Spanish E, similar to A in English gate.
Wait, what letter is that?
E.
It's Papalatte.
no,
that has no E.
there's
in
no
it.
E at the,
Yeah, there is.
No,
there's
there
no
isn't.
There isn't.
It's spelled
ITZPAPOLT.
ITCPAPALOTL.
There's
Fine.
no Y.
Nope.
Where would the Y go?
TYL towards the end.
I'm
All
trying
right.
to figure out how to pronounce this. I need
So-
some time.
I need some time.
Back. It's like still the weekend at the base, and you guys are at the base.
Wow, really? That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That is some.
That's some next
So
level.
what are the big question mark things that you guys are working on, that you guys are thinking about right now? I say working on, but thinking
Like,
about right now.
as character?
Yeah. Yeah. You've got. I mean,
What?
or are you guys just getting caught up on the?
Are we
no,
just
the
doing like
big
one thing or like two things?
No, I'm like
Wait.
what?
Can I share my story about Joren right now?
Yes, you can get them caught up on him as well. So, and we'll just call that as conveyed. But you guys are now caught up on. So there's a little bit of boyfriends. So I think it was like sort of like comparing comparing notes on meeting all the boys' families and how that went. Various versions of weird and
Better than meeting my family.
in some cases horrible. I should have had.
His entire family is ghosts.
Which, in another sense, means he lives by himself at what, 15?
I know, but so sad.
Kind of.
And I want to help him, but I don't know how to.
Don't ask me. My first reaction is to just burn it. So
Burn who? I don't know
Anything.
his name. He
Mr.
knows his
Spoopy
name.
Man?
He can't say him. It's evil Mr. Spoopy Man.
did you come up with that?
Yes. I was on the spot, okay?
I like that. Did you come up with that? I was on the spot, okay? Okay, so
Well, for your first question, I know my answer.
while the stories of the boys were coming up, that's maybe then Palestine how you got. Actually, I sort of have two boy stories because I went and visited Joren, and they're like, "Oh, how'd that go?" And he's like, "And how do you summarize?
She starts crying.
How do you summarize the situation there?"
Old, married, and has kids.
How?
What?
I'm pretty sure that doesn't happen in the span of like
time difference.
What do you mean time difference?
It's
Like
been like 25 years or something.
The time dilation from faster than light travel and stuff like that means that like more time is
I was not prepared for that. I was expecting, yeah, we're on cool terms. I got a new boyfriend. He's totally fine with it, but this is different.
That is actually also true, but at the same time, he's 25 years. Now the age thing doesn't necessarily mean that much in terms of like now he's halfway through his life because you guys live for a long time, but it certainly means like 25 years have gone by back at home, and
she's also
meanwhile,
married.
well, that and the
I mean, how's your planet doing? Is it worse? Is it better? Is it free?
No.
wait, yes, no, yeah.
I don't remember my questions.
How's
it
your
worse?
planet doing? Is it worse?
Is it?
Is it?
Is it
something, or
worse? Is it better? Is it free? Yes, no. It is not.
What about-
It is worse. It is not better. It is not free.
So, do they know where you went? I mean, that should make you feel pretty great, because, you know, you went to the right place. They've been looking for you for 25 years. They haven't found you? Is
It's,
that good?
for her, it's a subjective like couple of years, and if you have the means of getting there in that period of time, then yeah.
I mean, compliment to you. You found the right place to go. Still haven't found you.
No one really cares about Earth enough, you know, to like.
I mean, Earth doesn't care about Earth enough.
Oh wait, I wrote it wrong.
You should just learn the
You
phonetic
missed
spelling of it.
Oh, that's lame. Why would you want to do that?
What?
So we know how to pronounce it.
Oh, no, not that.
Oh,
This.
okay. So I
Oh.
That's, you
I
should just do it.
found all the letters. It's Eatspapalotil.
Eats
So,
Palapalavo.
It's how we were saying it, but the
Eats-
O is just more of a O than an A.
Eats Palapalavo.
Eats
Papalo.
Eats papalodal.
Eats Palapalavo. I
Eats
Do you
swallowed.
know why he came?
Eats Papa Murphy's
She.
pizza. There.
We're gonna call her Eats for now.
No. I'm talking
Eats
about,
Palapalavo is the scary.
I know. I'm talking about Joanne.
Oh, Joanne. Sorry. Why did he come?
Why did he come in the first place?
You know?
Looking for me.
For why?
Because they kind of need me. Because it's kind of bad.
Well, the situation's gotten bad. He wasn't actually specifically able to determine what the message was or anything like that. There's some other stuff with like the reason he's got some abilities that her people don't normally have is because he was being experimented on for like sort of assimilation into Vanquish's army. So Vanquish was trying to like
Why does he need an army? He already
More-
has the planet.
more army. Vanquish always needs more army. I mean, it's pretty much the name.
Are you gonna
Does
go
that
back?
mean? Yeah. Do you have to go?
Nobody's actually officially asked yet.
But I do know that people are searching for me. And at the dance, Bugman.
Derek?
What about him?
Did he come for you?
What was the deal with that? You knew him or he recognized you?
I think it was more of the other ships. Like, not him,
But
the ships that were coming
Coming.
in and then that.
that swerved off. Yeah.
Okay.
There's been a little bit of extra news. So there's that going on. You guys have some questions about like what the hell could actually be in these servers.
Well, no, that's not. I'm not done with that conversation. I have one more question.
All right.
She didn't answer.
All right. What was that?
You're gonna leave?
I don't know.
That's not good.
Spring break trip.
It'll take longer than spring break. I kind of don't want to have to come back here and it's 25 years later and my boy is dead.
Why would he be dead in 25 years?
Curse, child.
Accumulation of curse.
You're right. Sorry.
He wouldn't be old.
You know, you'd still get to talk to him in that one house.
He'd be a ghost.
Yeah, but then he might get married to somebody else and that's not good.
As you have now demonstrated. Thank you for being the illustration of what to avoid.
So, you know.
Okay, so that's a thing. Figuring out what's going on with that. There's
Database
the
stuff.
what the heck could have
What's here
Alias
that
wanted
isn't
with
anywhere
your
else?
system that's any different from any other system.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Personally, I mean, I didn't share this with them, but like I'm like thinking of ways to tell my mother.
Talk to them about that.
Yeah, tell her. You make me be you and I tell her.
Oh God, no! Oh,
If you don't do it, I'll make her do it. And
I'd
you
be
won't
happy
like
No,
that.
too.
that one. That's not helping.
Exactly.
How do you tell her? Like, how do you tell your mom that?
I don't know. The issue is I don't know if telling her is gonna make any difference.
You know what? Still, you may be good at people stuff right now, but when it boils right down to it, your thing is always going to be assess the situation. You should assess the situation and give assess the situation types of advice to Ember on how to approach the problem with her mom.
Should I do that now?
Like a tactical, if this were a tactical thing, sure. Put your superior brain to this and just take Amber out of the personal complication of it being Amber out of the situation and look at it and say, this is how you simplify that situation to a manageable level. Because people are hard.
Well, in a normal situation, well, not that this situation is normal, if you were to take this situation and handle it in the most productive manner, you would want to have her sat down, multiple escape exits, but you have to be honest and blunt because there will be confusion if you aren't like that.
Why is your mom like this?
Wait, who's
Why is your mom like this?
that? I don't know. Angry at my dad. That's all I know.
And you cannot make up excuses for
But
things you do.
Why is she angry at your dad? Like, you don't know what actually happened.
Cause he lied.
Yeah, but you don't know any of the details. Like, you don't know, like, what the circumstances are.
Well, I know that he lied.
Because he died.
Yeah.
He
But
lied.
there's a whole lot of question marks with regards to, like, all of that stuff. How it ties back to you, all that kind of stuff. So you go do an actual assess.
And it says, when you assess the situation, roll plus superior on a 10 plus ask 2 and a 7 to 9 ask 1. Take 1 plus take plus 1 while acting on the answers.
What's your superior?
Plus 1.
Do you have any conditions?
Yes. But it's to
But it's to what?
it's for piercing the mask and comforted support, and I did pierce the mask earlier, and I didn't take off -2 for it.
I think you still would have made it. I don't really remember.
No, I
No.
got a 6.
I just realized that I also have a -2.
Wait, you did a
Pierce
6 on Pierce the Mask?
Yeah, and then she got.
Yeah, and then I had a
plus
+1, so I wouldn't have made it.
And I wouldn't have had a 10 plus. I just realized on my Pierce the Mask because I have angry too.
You guys are
Okay,
terrible.
what is my big?
You didn't ask us if we had any conditions and we weren't paying
Defend
attention.
or reject others' influence on them.
Oh no. Oh well. Okay. Well, we all had mess ups. It's fine.
We all missed
You all, yeah, you guys all
doesn't.
you guys all leveled the field by all getting at
3,
least-
2, 1. It's fine.
yeah.
Okay.
Everybody, you guys all got it wrong, so we all got it right. It all levels out, right?
5,
It slipped out of my hands.
6. Well, but we have team. Don't eat it. She got a 6. Do you want to
If
help?
I eat it, there's no physical evidence.
During
Or
it,
could
you
I
got a
help?
6 on assess the situation, really?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Well, could I help?
You're the one sort of being held by the assess. but-
Penny want to help?
Well, no, you don't. I take this back because you're really kind of assessing her situation. You could help because you could provide more information. Wow.
What are you doing?
What
All
did
right.
I roll?
How are you? In what way are you helping? In terms of.
I wanted to see what the roll was. You're freaking. Oh, it's an 11.
Anyway.
You don't put it back in your mouth. He just touched.
Wow.
I forgot.
Oh wow.
You forgot. It just happened.
Ew.
All right. So how do you help with the assess?
I don't know. Answer her questions.
Just give her more info. All right.
Yeah.
We'll spend the team out of that.
Woo, team.
So you get one assess question. One assess question. Go. We're flagging and we got about a half an hour left here, so we gotta hold on.
how could we best end this quickly? When I say we, I mean you.
Best end. Well, that's a okay.
What, is that a terrible question?
I'm going to tell you kind of where I would go with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the short answer to that is just pull the bandage off, right? You just yank the Band-Aid off, and it's painful and horrible, and there'll be terrible amounts. If you just want to make telling mom be a problem that goes away, you can exchange it for the much worse problem of mom losing her shit.
Well, that's not much worse. That's just deal with it.
No, continually, like ongoing, like.
Well, none of us ever have to go back. I'm kidding. Take my phone. No.
What is the biggest threat?
Me losing my phone.
What are yours?
Yeah, I want to know what the biggest threat is.
The biggest threat?
Your mom?
You don't have all the information. You could be whatever you do at this point in time, you could be blundering into something that you
Me neither.
don't know the full situation.
You have it, don't you?
Took a
So-
look at the cat and I set it back.
Where's my phone? Actually.
Let it go for a second. Just for a second. The answer is to what is the biggest threat? The biggest threat is you don't know enough to know if what you're saying is going to be a complete, like, shooting yourself in the foot kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to find out more about. You need to find out more about Dad and the circumstances surrounding whatever happened with him. Because you could inadvertently say when you're talking to your mom, say something, and it could be the worst possible thing to say because you just don't know exactly what happened.
Yeah.
And you think it's the best thing, and it's actually something that makes it so much worse for her. So that's your thing.
I still have influence over Patrol.
You do. That's good. Because if anybody could get a hold of, like, official superhero records, yeah,
What are you thinking?
Patrol. She has
still
influence
have
over
influence over
Patrol, and
Oh
if
yeah, you
anybody's
could
got
do that.
I want to know about what happened with my dad. Blah 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 blah. And
you see, if you told me, it could help me understand, like, because if he has, like, the same powers as me, it could help me understand my powers, and I'd be easier to control it, you know?
what's your what's Provoke under? Is it
Provoke?
is under Superior?
Yeah. My superior's a -2.
This might not be the time you want to provoke Patrol, but you do have your
Actually, it'd
move.
be a -4. I'm
Oh,
guilty.
yeah.
Do you have a
Don't
penalty
do
to
that.
provoke on top of everything else? So maybe not today.
Yeah.
But that is like a to-do list thing. Put that on your sheet somewhere so you don't forget about it. But provoke Patrol into invest into getting you info about your dad or something. Provoke Patrol. We'll figure out the rest of it. So that's movement on that. Server issues. How do you solve that issue? How do you start digging around for?
I'm just clicking on files and reading.
Yeah, but you're not much of a you're not a hacker as such. You're a detective, but you're not a hacker
But
as
we
such.
know someone who could be, who maybe just got powers.
Housing. No. Hey, what's up, Buster?
She's not catching on.
What's that?
I need something from you.
She's not catching on.
I need you.
Did you?
to get Colin?
Oh,
And-
okay.
And
I thought you were asking.
this is
Alfie.
complicated.
I'm like, she said
we
he
might
just
need to
got
tell
powers.
the boy. Well, your boyfriend already knows about the base because you're bad at keeping secrets.
Your boyfriend knows about
Yeah,
this,
no,
'cause you
they
had a
all know
discussion about it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
No,
The boys all know about
they
it.
just
All know
don't
about
know where it
You
is.
need to bring Colin to the base so that he can look. at
Excuse
the
me, you were the one who screamed at me, said, "No boys allowed in the base."
No, I have changed my mind.
Okay, well, let them in one at a
See
time.
how she's grown as a person out of desperation and the need for something that she wants?
I
Well,
need
let Colin
something,
come in,
Therefore, I
and
changed
he'll
my
figure
mind.
it out, and then we'll let them in one at a time. Okay?
One
They
at a
all
time.
Oh, what is that
If
gonna
they all
do?
come in at the same time,
I'd
it's
like
gonna
to
be very
point out that this
overwhelming.
one at a time rule does not apply to, from best to worst.
What?
What?
I'd say it goes Colin, and then Emilio.
Oh shoot!
I mean, there isn't much
Suck
need for
on
Jack to
that.
come down here right now, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason for him to come down because
Oh,
he's
but I
too
just
cool
thought of a
for
really
this.
good reason to have him come down here.
Don't you dare. Don't you freaking dare.
Her
Don't you-
boyfriend
don't
would
you
want to
dare.
come down in case an emergency happens again,
Let-
and he gets thrown in the
no.
water.
He mostly just wants a tour of the tunnel.
Not the point.
So he can figure out how the hell to get back in
we,
here.
I need we are a team, and we together need information on Alias. And the person who can help accommodate and get us that information would be your precious loved one.
You're ooh.
Therefore,
You know, just like, we needed help as a team that one
can
time
he
when we
come
were
down
getting
now?
out.
Okay, to be fair, that wasn't her saying no to Riptide.
Yeah, I
that was
know.
me saying Riptide can't find the
Yeah,
place.
no.
Please.
But
There
she was
are
like,
many-
she's not allowed.
There are-
Yes,
there
of
are-
course I want him down.
There are a surprising
if
number
you're
of
nodding
secret
at me
tunnels
right
leading
now,
out on
I
the edge
can't
of this
tell you
island.
have
It
to
is
verbal.
I'm
almost
saying,
it's really disturbing.
yes, of course I want him down here. I said that.
I know. I saw all I heard. All I saw.
Okay,
was
so
girls.
movement forward on that is get Colin down here and have him dig through
So
the
can he
system.
come
Dig
down
through
now?
stuff.
Yes.
Okay,
You can?
I'm gonna go in his
What?
mind and be like, meet me outside the school in 5 minutes. So gotta get here as fast as he can. It will make it sound like an emergency. But really.
That's not good. You're not
Whoa.
supposed to trick him.
Otherwise, he's gonna be really slow.
I feel like
I love the alien mindset. It's like, I just need him to hurry, so I'm going to tell him that, like,
so I'm just gonna emotionally manipulate
Well, I'm
him.
not telling him
get here
it's an
quick.
emergency.
Ember is dying.
No, I'm not telling him it's an emergency.
Get here
I'm
quick.
just
Jack
making
is
it-
dying. What? Why would you say that? Well, you just told me he is, technically, over the course of the next 25 years. I'll tell him that, so he now knows the situation, and then we'll have to do this other thing. No?
No, I'm not telling him it's an emergency. I'm just making it sound like it's an emergency.
see.
So that he runs.
Okay. So, and you need to talk to Jack about the Death Goddess.
Oh yeah.
You know, we could just cover their eyes and walk them downstairs so they don't know where it is.
Well, that won't help. They'll
Okay.
figure it out.
So, yeah, especially Colin. What else? Oh. So, the only other thing I will share is that Aegis has communicated that they have gotten some information out of Derek, the bug boy.
Derelict.
Darik, the bug boy. We'll say his name is weird. No.
Yeah.
It's
Who
Darik
wants to
with
go
some
talk
chittering
to
noises
the
at the
bug?
end.
I'll talk to him. I
he
very
was-
much want to talk to him.
I could become a bug.
He was he was part of a scouting like sort of a scout lead, like provide the beacon for where to land kind of
Okay.
thing, and the idea was to weaken the point of their arrival by distributing the
Stuff.
What is it? What did I call it?
Eucalyptus or something. I don't know. Something like that.
It was
A Victus
drug.
or something.
Yeah,
Incarnix
Invictus.
or
Invictus.
No, Invictus. There you go, Invictus. So they were going to distribute this stuff, screw everybody up on site, and then the people were going to land. But when he was captured, they waved off. They are though mercenaries, space
Bounty
mercenaries.
hunters.
What's that?
Space pirates.
No,
Space
they're
pirates.
literally like sort of a
Space
force.
kidnappers.
They're like their whole like culture as far as it goes with how they're represented outside of their own home world is that of mercenaries. You hire us to do a thing. We are numerous and we're expendable. And Jamie's just like, I don't even feel anything. They were acting as mercenaries for crap.
Someone starting with me.
Vanquish.
Vanquish, thank you. So they were sent here as
He's the one to talk to him, 'cause
they were sent here as a abduction force, sort of, for Vanquish. So they were sent after you. The problem then becomes the fact that there are at least a half dozen, if not a dozen, fairly large ships somewhere in undetectable orbit around the planet with a bunch of these dudes, all of whom can pass for human to a greater or lesser
Can they all
degree.
turn into bugs?
They all are bugs, and they use hard light emitters to present a human form.
Hey,
not good.
Sil, do you remember anything distinctive about like heartbeats or anything?
You should probably go collect that data from Aegis.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, go visit the guy in Aegis and get a good idea of what they sound like. Stop. But because of that, because Vanquish now apparently has forces on world that are acting at his behest, Aegis is going to up the security around you, and they're working in conjunction with. They're working with the people who are probably best qualified to both identify, like recognize this threat, and help deal with it. And they're kind of throwing that into the security, and they're working with the school to like integrate that into the school in the most seamless way possible, so as not to disrupt everything else that's going on at the school. So Monday morning, Surge introduces his new assistant instructor for the applied skills and gym classes.
It's Ember!
That'd be funny.
A big burly dude that kind of looks like a I'll have to find a good picture, but just picture someone who's like kind of built like The Rock.
He's a bug. It's a bug. Bug!
Mr. Joren will be assisting me with for the rest of this semester and possibly for the rest of the year. He's here on work study
I mean,
To
he's
get
technically
credits-
her guard.
to get
still.
credit for
That's
his
true.
he's here on work study to get credit for his degree in teaching. Surge delivers this in the voice of somebody who is telling a story and does not care whether you believe him or not. He's not putting any effort whatsoever into the cover story other than to deliver the official line. It's funny to me that you're like, whatever, he's my guard, and I killed Kat. Like, she's like,
This is not good! How are you not freaking out? I am! She's so much better at doing it silently.
and Jamie went into full lizard mode over here.
I'm sorry.
Your
I'm having
ex-boyfriend,
flashbacks.
your ex-boyfriend with kids is now teaching 2 of your classes. Is Colin in either one of those classes with
He's
you?
in both.
Yeah.
He's in both of them.
My hair smells really good.
What's that?
I said my hair smells really good.
That's great. I'm so happy for you. It's great.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
This is for your own protection.
No, it's not!
This is for the drama.
Every time we break the microphone.
This is for your own drama.
God.
Jamie's doing lizard tongue over there. Okay.
Both of us are.
Mr. Jordan will be our new
no,
assistant
you're doing
instructor
nothing.
for applied skills and gym.
All 3 of us just start giving him a death glare.
Not all three. This one in the dark side.
Sills over your mouthing. Resign.
My favorite scene is going to be Mr. Brick and Jordan in the teacher's lounge. Comparing notes. I can't see Jamie's face.
She doesn't
I
want
think
you
that's the
to.
point. She thinks you'll hurt her again.
I think I've only rolled once today.
Is that bad?
No.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. It just hit me. It was
Different kind of game, right? Different session. Did we get good stuff done? Boy stuff?
A lot is a boy thing.
A lot of boy stuff. That's why I'm calling this one Meet the Parents, because everybody got
Or
to
it
meet
could be
parents.
called death.
Just literal
But
death.
we do that every session.
All right.
But we talked about death a lot. all
Amber.
died.
Yes.
Closer to the team, farther away from the team, more into your image of yourself. So this is Monday, and what's the first? Is applied skills or gym the first?
Gym.
Gym is first. So that's when you guys find out on Monday that Aegis's whole plan for upping the security at the school is bringing Joran in. And the best part is, see, this way, because they don't 100% trust him, they now have a bunch of supers watching him all the time. What?
Closer to the team? No.
Closer to the team? Question
I
mark.
guess. Sil.
Aww.
Cause she, like, gave me,
Thanks.
like, she told me what to do.
Oh, she was doing the assess thing on
It's
the whole
called
plan.
advice.
But that was
You gotta go. You gotta get more data. You need the data. You need the data. Okay, can you sit down?
No, I have a child.
I'm kind of
hey,
happy.
could you maybe mind
You're
moving my
ugly.
superior up? Because I'm going to need it.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
And maybe comfort. You guys need to comfort and support some. What was the
Guilty.
guilty? You guys need to comfort and support some conditions off of that girl next time.
Freak down superior up.
Why would you move my freak?
Because I don't want you to have that freak.
What?
I don't think you're very freaky.
No, don't be like that.
No.
Superior up, but what is she not?
Mundane down.
Yeah.
Take down
I'm
the
cool with that.
mundane.
Yeah, mundane down, superior up.
What are you doing?
She's just bouncing the pillow against her own head. Hey, Palacine. Closer to the team, further away from the team, more into your own image of pain and suffering. I mean, yourself.
Excuse me, what are you trying to say?
You guys are just wallowing. I love it a little bit. Is this okay that I love this a little bit? You guys' responses are so good right now. They're so pure.
No.
I think we just, like, lost. We, like...
You killed
More
us.
into the young image of myself.
That's fine.
I don't know. We didn't really do anything team
Yeah.
related.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked.
So that's just you shifting your labels as you like. You can't make mundane go any higher, but you can shift your labels. You're lost. It's overwhelming, all the stuff that's going on.
I wouldn't say it's overwhelming. I don't know what to do anymore.
We're going freak up.
You okay? We're gonna loop back here because we're gonna have about 15 minutes. Hey, Sil, closer to the team, further away from the team, more into your image yourself.
Yeah.
More than my own image of
Danger
myself.
Okay, shift your labels.
Somebody give me my
Danger.
No, come on, sit up.
No.
Cause sit up, because I want to go around the room real quick.
Ah!
I want to go around the room real quick.
I did freak up and danger down.
Freak up and danger down. What's up, danger? Apparently not danger.
What up, danger?
Come on. Why are you laying on Jamie? Get off.
I'm putting
Jamie.
my ear to put.
You're doing what? What are you shifting?
I am going to shift some shit.
You're gonna yeet some sheets. Yeet your sheet.
Eat some stats. I feel
So-
like my superior is gonna go
This
up.
is always a scary conversation, but I'm gonna go over. This is a thing. This is they call. Everybody has like little trite things for this that they call this called some people call it roses and thorns. So we're talking about stuff that we are liking, how it's happening, and stuff that we want to like get to that we're not getting to, or things that we're hating. Like not like hating like Jordan is now one of my assistant teachers. That's terrible. That's a love-hate kind of thing. And I'm going to focus on the love part of the love-hate. But I'm like this is making me sad that we don't get to punch more bad guys or something like that. Because I need a to-do list. I will start with the most stricken of
Your
looking
fault.
of you all. What are our roses for you? What's the good bits?
What are the good little pieces of?
Like, I like this and I want even more of
that
it.
It's like all like intertwining and stuff. That
Cool. Like Jack is helping you with the Death Goddess.
yeah,
And
but it's like still.
Everything's together. Together.
And then more like classes, I guess, like actually
School stuff.
going through the classes.
I think that's going to be a really
We should
good-
have language arts.
No.
Because we've
No,
never
no.
had language arts.
Yeah, remember because you guys love that teacher, right?
Oh
The
yeah.
princess.
Yeah, we do need to
More
do more
princess.
stuff with the princess.
Okay. And I like that idea because that lets us do. I mean, that like because now Duran is in this. You've introduced this fantastic guy. I need a way to get him into more of the story instead of being off in a cave somewhere that only you go and visit, a little cage. So he's got to be in the school, and this is a good way of getting him in the school. Not to pull aside the veil too much, but it's. I mean, how do I get him into the story? He either breaks out and he's on the run and you're hiding him, or I bring him into the school as a teacher or something.
Yeah, I prefer the school.
Yeah, all things considered, and it's fun, right? So I like that. More school stuff. Cool. But as far as the storyline, drama, all the other people, stuff like that, you're pretty good.
Fun.
Yeah, happy. Happy for that expression is happy. I guess it's happy.
This is called the lizard person happy.
Lizard person. Okay, I'll just imagine it's Amalia. What about you, Palestine?
I like the drama. And I like that we all got to go on actual dates.
And
Now, and to in my defense,
They weren't perfect dates, but they were
in my defense, as I said, if I have you guys go on dates alone with your boys, there's going to be a lot of rolling, and not a lot of rolling. You rolled like once, right? I mean, so that's just going to happen. I can still have it be like kind of like a lot of you guys moaning out loud over whatever somebody says, and that's fine too. But it won't necessarily be dice
does he
rolling.
kiss well? That's so funny.
Diego's family is the best. I like Diego. I made it all the way through the entire session well, and then I screwed it up at the end.
You said it one other time.
Yeah, but not a lot. I screwed up a lot usually. I'm listening to the recordings and I'm swearing at myself again every time. Every time I screwed up. Yeah, it's
We
pretty,
talk about it in the car, and he still says Diego.
if I stop, if I think about it. But anyway, but I like Emilio in general. I like doing him, and I like his dad's fun too. So,
They're fun.
so the drama is good. Thorn or
Thorin.
Thorn? She said Thorn. Carry on. We're running out of time.
More princess.
More princess.
Yeah, the teacher.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was like, how much more?
What's her name? Aziraphale or it's not Aziraphale.
Arizella.
Yeah, Arizella.
Aziraphale's from Good Omens.
Yeah, Aziraphale's fun. He's funny. I like Crowley better though.
All right.
We didn't need to take a
Kat.
powerful blow dice.
Oh, it's so weird when you say it.
Kaylee.
Thanks. I am pretty happy with story stuff. I do enjoy that. I'd say more like in class scenes. Like just like in class stuff.
Especially because we went through the
'Cause,
We did the seating chart and everything like that, so we got a lot better picture of the
Yeah.
cast and stuff.
Just like in class, like
I feel like-
passing
annoying
periods.
everyone.
We don't do anything with passing periods and like
All right, tell me what
drama in the
wait,
hallway.
Tell me what passing periods are.
Like like you go to your locker to grab stuff for the next class.
I totally sure.
Yeah, there's always passing period drama and people shouting and stuff like that.
Oh, I just go to my next class. I never stay for passing period. It's
I
so
don't
stupid.
either, but you hear things.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome.
Also, for some reason, the hallways always smell so weird.
Yeah.
It's because, well, this
Well, we're going to
year,
a different
we
set,
were
so
8th grade hallways near the cafeteria.
So,
That's
all
not
right,
my hallway.
we're happy with
No,
the
like
we're happy with the
No,
drama
it's like
in
the
general,
cafeteria.
and everybody would like to see more crap happening in the school. Is that good? Good summary. All right, I got something to aim at. I'm excited, guys. Can I say I love how this game goes?
Yeah.
This is good stuff. It's tons of fun. I like my other last game, obviously the same, but this one is also awesome.
Thank you everybody for listening. If you like to see more of this channel, come subscribe.
Fans equals -0.
Give this video a thumbs up.
Yeah, give this video a thumbs up.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Smash that subscribe button.
Smash that freaking subscribe button.
And we get 1 billion likes.
Can we get 100 500 billion trillion likes.
No, we can't.
Can we get
Oh my God.
500,000 likes? I mean, that's not even that much.
And with us, and with that,
Goodbye.
We can get a whole
with
bunch of
that, we
likes.
goodbye. The end of Meet the Family.